You'll hear from Sean Stiers after one final break. Thanks for joining us on Sports Beat. It is 6:44 at WSBT.
The South Bend Cubs schedule posters are now available at several area locations, including Hearing Aid Service, Pegs, Kids Peace, Smith's Downtown, State Farm agent Tim Grawl, and The Pub. Get your South Bend Cubs schedule poster today. Then register your poster online and you'll be entered to win prizes like Don Purcell, who won a $25 gift certificate to Bonnie Doon, a $25 gift card to Granite City, T-shirts from Bonnell Aluminum and Frog Plumbing, and a pound of Bendix Coffee's South Bend Blend. Hey Cavemen fans, wondering who the next football game is against and what time kickoff is? Pick up your free Cavemen football schedule poster at these fine sponsors: Midland Engineering, Nemo's Pizza, the Mishawaka Education Foundation, Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill, and the School City of Mishawaka. Then register your official fan number online for the chance to win weekly prizes from our sponsors. Congratulations to Linda Curtis, who won a $15 gift certificate from Nemo's Pizza. Go Cavemen!
Do you suffer from RD, roster dysfunction?
Well, we have the remedy for that. It's the Roster Doctors, a brand new fantasy football podcast available only on WCBRadio.com.
Every week, join me, Jimmy Rosari, and my fellow roster doctors, Craig the Bartender Williams, as we break down all of the information that you need to overcome roster dysfunction.
You can also send your questions to our Twitter at RosterDocsWSBT, and we'll write up your fantasy prescription.
The Roster Doctors. Subscribe now at WSBTRadio.com.
The South Bend Cubs schedule posters are now available at several area locations, including Auto Import Specialist, Bonnie Doon Drive-In, Bendix Coffee, Granite City Brewery, Bonnell Aluminum, and Nemo's Pizza. Get your South Bend Cubs schedule poster today. Then register your poster online and you'll be entered to win prizes like Don Purcell, who won a $25 gift certificate to Bonnie Doon, a $25 gift card to Granite City, T-shirts from Bonnell Aluminum and Frog Plumbing, and a pound of Bendix Coffee's South Bend Blend.
Welcome to Mishawaka Cavemen Football, powered by Midland Engineering Company, completing their first century of quality roofing experience. Cavemen Football is also presented by School City of Mishawaka, growing leaders in a culture of excellence, the Mishawaka way, and the Mishawaka Education Foundation, granting a better future. Mishawaka Cavemen Football is also presented by Ace Home Appliance Center, Bonnie Doon Drive-In, Edward Jones, Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, Jay's Crunchers Potato Chips, Kevin Putz with First Midwest Mortgage, Kurt's Outdoor Living, Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill, Rosini's Pizza, the Food Bank of Northern Indiana, U.S. Sign Crafters, and by Solman's Best One Tire and Auto Care. Now, time for the Mishawaka Cavemen pregame show, brought to you by School City of Mishawaka. Here's the voice of the Cavemen, Sean Stiers.
A very pleasant good evening to you and a beautiful August 30th evening in Kendallville, Indiana, as Mishawaka gets set to take on East Noble here tonight. We've, again, just a gorgeous night, a few clouds in the sky, and almost an autumn feel to the night, and glad to be joined for the first time this season by Scott Bovenkirk. Glad to have you aboard tonight.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
Always glad to have you with us, and of course Mishawaka coming off a 42-27 win over Portage last week. Things started off kind of slowly. They had to punt on their first drive and then fumbled on their next two drives, and in the meantime the Indians took a 7-0 lead, but then Mishawaka responded. They scored touchdowns on 6 consecutive possessions and ended up with that 42-27 victory. First-time starting quarterback Justin Fisher led the Cavemen with 128 rushing yards and a pair of touchdowns. Donovan Snyder split time between halfback and fullback. He ran for 90 yards and another 2 touchdowns. And then Fisher also hit Snyder with a 2-yard touchdown pass on 4th and goal. Derek Dawson for the defense blocked a punt to help set up a touchdown. Devon Parker led the Cavemen with 7 tackles. He had an interception and also recovered an onside kick. So a lot happened last week in that season opener as the Cavemen picked up win number 1. For East Noble, they were 9-2 last year, and they picked up a win 34-31, a little bit closer last week at Plymouth. Quarterback Bailey Parker, a guy who you'll be hearing a lot from tonight, ran for 203 yards, 3 touchdowns on 21 carries. He also threw for 157 yards and 2 more scores. The East Noble Knights are led by 8th-year head coach Luke Amstutz. He is 57-20 overall at East Noble. They were 9-2 last year, beat DeKalb 33-32 in their sectional opener before falling to Northwood 46-35 in their second-round sectional game. And we look for, are we going to have the national anthem right now? I think we're getting ready for it, so we better take our time out. We will let you hear from head coach Keith Kinder right after this. This is Mishawaka Cavemen football on WSBT.
Most people look elsewhere to find leaders, not us. We see them everywhere, every neighborhood, every town around. The most promising young men and women in this nation's history. Yours. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka schools, and we're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, small class size, and preparing students for a global economy. That's the Mishawaka way. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick faculty and staff who see greatness in every child. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
Game 2 of the season, and it is Mishawaka at East Noble tonight, and joined by head coach Keith Kinder as we get set a little bit closer to kickoff. Of course, Game 1 in the books, coming off a 42-27 win over Portage last week, Coach. And let's just start with your quarterback, sophomore, first-time starter, Justin Fisher. Ended up running for over 100 yards, had a couple touchdown runs, a touchdown pass as well. How would you evaluate him in his first career start?
I thought he handled himself pretty well. I think the thing that I was most impressed with was after turning the ball over 2 times, he led us on 6 straight scoring drives, which is fairly impressive for a sophomore in his first start. Obviously, we want to clean up those turnovers and get a little bit better fundamentally, but he doesn't look like a sophomore when he's running the football. He's fairly impressive with the ball in his hands, physical, and for the most part, made some really good decisions.
That offensive line, you're replacing 4 of the 5 starters from last year as well. And if I remember right, just maybe one false start, it seemed like a pretty good night for them as well.
Yeah, it just so happens that false start probably ended our possession. But yeah, we, I thought offensively up front we played really well. We got some big physical kids. Our 2 guards and our center. I think our interior line is really good right now. And probably ahead of where we thought we would be at this time. So really pleased with how we played offensively. And then, like I said, we just got to make sure that we clean up those turnovers.
Well, and that was something that you talked about going into the game, and you punt on your first possession, and like you said, that false start had something to do with it. And then a couple of turnovers, and all of a sudden Portage is up 7-0. But it seemed like, were you pretty happy with the composure that your team had at that point? Things not really going their way and facing a deficit early at home as well.
Yeah, I thought there were 2 really big moments in the first half, the first quarter really. The first one, we went down 7-0. We fumbled the ball away, and we get a stop on a 4th and 1 on defense to get the ball back. I thought that was huge. And then the first play of the second quarter, the little reverse to Jarvis for 19 or 20 yards. I thought that kind of gave us the spark that we needed offensively. And once we punched the ball in the end zone, we were able to make some really big plays in the kicking game, and things kind of started to snowball for us from there.
Well, you talk about Jarvis, and just when you look at some of the guys that you have in some different positions, you've talked about maybe getting creative. It looks like you've got the kind of personnel where you can maybe be a little bit more creative this year.
Yeah, I think it's something that we're going to have to do, just out of necessity more than anything. And then, just having a little bit of fun. It was a lot of fun to get back to calling the offense on Friday night with the help of JD up in the press box. But it was a lot of fun, and like I said, I think that little reverse to Jarvis was a big play. And then obviously, not that Drew was doing anything wrong at fullback, but we moved Dino to fullback on that same possession, and he gave us an instant spark. And then we found a formation that we really liked, and they didn't really adjust to it, and we kind of were able to make some hay with that formation.
And when you look at what Donovan Snyder was able to do, you talked about the fact that you wanted him to play some fullback, but you still have to kind of keep some balance because you want him playing safety, so he wasn't back there all night. Is what we saw last week maybe about the amount of carries or so that you're looking for?
Yeah, I think he had 17. I think that's really where we want it to be. If he has to carry it to win the
Take us
game,
with you wherever you go. Download the free WS.
I don't think that we can do that on a weekly basis.
Right.
I still think he's really good with the ball in his hands on the perimeter, which means we've got to get him the ball from the slot position in the natural flow of our offense as well. And he had a couple of really good blocks on the perimeter as well. So he's so valuable in other areas. My goal on Friday going into the game was to get him a possession, one possession in the second quarter, and then see what happened in the second quarter, in the second half. But I just felt like we needed to score on that possession, and so we put him in there, and it turned out pretty well for us.
Defensively, one of the things that you were talking about was not getting the ball thrown over your head, and that worked out pretty well, especially when the starters were on the field.
Yeah. In the fourth quarter, it was a little concerning with what happened, but that was their starting offense against our JV defense, and that's fine. It's cool that those kids got the opportunity to play. But, yeah, you're exactly right. Defensively, I thought we played incredibly well. And at the moment where we took our varsity starters out, I think they had something like 40 yards rushing and 60 yards passing. So that's not too bad for, 2 3/4 of a quarter. So I think our defense played really well, and we talked about this last week. I think there's going to be times where we just have to rely on them, where something's not going offensively, getting off to a slow start. Our defense is going to have to keep us in the game until we can figure that out.
Now the defense will see a pretty good multi-threat quarterback in Bailey Parker tonight against East Noble. He ran for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns last week in their opener against Plymouth, threw for a touchdown as well, and over, I think, 150 passing yards. So what kind of challenge does he pose for your guys?
A very big challenge, because the concern is that you want to kind of put some pressure on him and play some man-to-man defense, but if you do that and he scrambles, he's gone. So we're going to do a lot of stuff tonight, where we keep Donovan kind of in the middle of the field watching him, and there's going to be some situations where Donovan's one-on-one with him in the open field, and he's either going to tackle him or he's not, and it's either going to be a touchdown or they're going to have to snap it again. So our goal is to put some pressure on him to tackle him. He also plays defense, so we want to make him have to tackle as well. Maybe wear him down a little bit, but he's an incredibly good football player, and it would be okay if he was the only good football player. But they've got a lot of skilled position kids. They've got some good linemen up front, and they've got some key returners back on defense. So it's a really good challenge for us early in the season on the road. It's exactly what you want in a non-conference game.
All right, and we've got starting lineups and kickoff coming up next. Keith Kinder, thanks as always. Good luck. We will talk to you next week.
Thank you.
You're listening to Mishawaka Football on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Hi, I'm Brock Zolman. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care has been family-owned for 40 years. What does this mean to you? It means that we're dedicated to our community and serving you like family. Zolman's Best One would also like to say thank you for voting us favorite auto repair for 16 consecutive years and favorite tire store for 3 years in a row. We also offer a wide selection of Bridgestone tires. Bridgestone tires is Zolman's Best One. Let our family serve your family. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care. Trusted community service for 40 years.
U.S. Sign Crafters. Innovative design. Professional project management. Quality manufacturing and installation. That's the U.S. Sign Crafters difference. If your company needs to make an impression, call U.S. Sign Crafters. Hundreds of other businesses have, like Whirlpool Corporation. Legends of Notre Dame, and Granger Community Church. When you call U.S. Sign Crafters, you can relax because your sign project is done professionally, on time, and on budget. Just like the new Alumni Plaza here at Mishawaka High School. Check out their work and learn more at ussignCrafters.com.
Are you ready for lunch? Yeah. Where do you want to go? I'm not sure. Want a taco about it? Let's not burrito around the bush. Do we really need to guacamole it over? Jalapeno poppin' down to Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill. Tell them it's just past Division on McKinley in Mishawaka. They cater too, don't they? Not you worry about that. If you have an event, then they have you covered. From tacos to fajita bars to all your favorite sides. Check them out at MontereyMexican.com. Monterey Mexican Grill. You know it's what you want.
Football season means hosting family and friends for food, fun, and your favorite teams. From large-scale outdoor kitchens and fireplaces to fire tables and fire bowls, Kurt Outdoor Living carries a wide variety of outdoor living products to help make your backyard a dream come true. Kurt Outdoor Living has Jonathan Green products available for contractors, landscapers, and homeowners to help you achieve the lush, healthy lawn this fall that you've always wanted. Kurt Outdoor Living, 2129 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen. KurtOutdoorLiving.com.
A lot has changed since 1979. Gas was just 86 cents a gallon. A new car cost less than $7,000, and the latest fad was a Sony Walkman. Fortunately, not everything has changed. Hi, this is Doug Leckleitner of Leckleitner Door Sales and Service. Since my dad started Leckleitner Door 40 years ago, our goal continues to be satisfying each and every customer. Trust your garage door to someone who's been doing it right since Jimmy Carter was president. That's us at Leckleitner Door. Call 295-6311.
The opening kickoff for East Noble, returned by Ethan Nichols up to the 28-yard line. Mishawaka won the coin toss. They elected to defer, so they will receive to begin the second half. With Scott Bovenkirk, Sean Steyer underway in Deauville. East Noble, Mishawaka Noble football at its own yard line. The quarterback, Bailey Parker, from the shotgun. He handed off, and the run goes to the right side, breaking a tackle. Was the tailback. Derek Dawson made the stop with the run by Justin Marcellus. A pickup of 5 yards for East Noble on first down. Now trips out to the left. They've got a man on the wing. Second down and 5 for East Noble. The handoff goes to Marcellus, and this time Marcellus is tackled in the backfield. It'll be Bo Brown making the start tonight for the Cavemen with a couple of banged-up defensive linemen, and Brown drops the halfback for a loss of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Running out of the spread offense, Sean, like to move people around with motion or shifting.
From the shotgun, it is 3rd and 10 for East Noble from its own 28-yard line. Parker stops and looks to the sideline for the play call. He awaits the snap. He takes it, and he'll roll to his left. Eyes downfield. He will pass it short. It is caught, and the completion will be just shy. Nope, they'll give him the 40-yard line where it looks like it'll be first down yardage. Well, no, they'll say at the 38. Nick Davis got over there to make the stop for the Cavemen, and he has just enough. The nose of the football, a first down for East Noble. They pick up exactly what they needed.
Gain 5 yards, lose 5 yards, pick up 10 yards.
What a way to do it. East Noble, white pants, blue tops, blue helmets, and yellow face masks. 2 receivers out to the right side. Quarterback from the shotgun, a receiver left, and Parker will keep it himself. He finds an opening, and he gets a few yards before he is tackled down around the ankles by Connor Addison, and he picks up 8 yards, it looks like, on first down. And again, he ran for over 200 last week in the win over Plymouth. There is a flag in the backfield.
Going to be a hold against East Noble. Mishawaka will gladly take the penalty. The play picked up 8 yards. The hold was in the backfield, so this is going to be about a 13-yard penalty.
And he'll push it all the way back to the 25-yard line, where it'll be first down and 23. They'll line it up in the shotgun. Parker waits for the snap with the running back. Marcellus to his left. He stops. The ball is spotted on the left hash mark, the near hash mark. The flanker to the left as Marcellus bounces around back and forth behind him. It's 1st and 23 from the 25. A play fake. Parker, under some pressure, gets out of it across the 30 as he goes to his left, stops and cuts back inside, moves it across the 40-yard line, where he is finally taken down by Gavin Eggendorfer, the junior defensive tackle.
Pickup of about 16 yards on the scramble, and that was a pass. Parker had his eyes downfield, saw everybody was covered, tucked it and ran, and leaves him with about a 2nd and 7.
Parker from the shotgun. It is 2nd and 7 for East Noble from its own 41-yard line as Brett Christian, the tight end, moves from the left side to the right side, kind of in the H-back position. Parker waits for the shotgun snap, fakes it, tucks it, and runs to his left, cuts upfield across the 50 and into Cavemen territory up to the 44-yard line. J.T. Thomas, the Mishawaka linebacker, one of the first men there. It'll be another first down for East Noble with big running for Bailey Parker, the 6'3", 180-pound senior quarterback.
Simply running the zone read and reading it well.
This time he will hand it off to Marcellus. Marcellus through a gaping hole across the 35 and up to the 33-yard or the 32-yard line.
Yeah, that was not a read. That was out of pistol formation. They just turned, handed it to the tailback, ran the ISO, and had a big play.
Mishawaka is without a couple of starting defensive linemen tonight, and actually Joe Willis, who Keith Kinder was saying might not play, it looked like he might have been in there. There's a running play. It gets just a yard, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9. Joe Willis is actually not in there, so they are without 2 starting linemen and already also without Ryan Watt. Shotgun snap and rolling to his right is Parker. Now he wants to throw. It is caught, eluding a tackle and taking it up to the 20-yard line. Another East Noble first down after the catch was made by Hayden Jones.
Yeah, ran a little out cut, and that's the softness of the defense when you're playing 4-4. If you can keep that strong safety from buzzing to the flat, you got a chance.
7 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Marcellus takes the handoff, goes left. He will be tackled in the open field by Derek Dawson, the middle linebacker, after a pickup of 2+ yards. They will spot him at the 17-yard line, so a 3-yard pickup for the running back, Marcellus, who ran for 49 yards last week in the win over Plymouth. Play action and under some pressure, Parker gets it off. It is caught by the tight end, Brett Christian, but he is tackled in the open field and maybe preventing a touchdown. Donovan Snyder got over there to make the stop.
Yeah, Snyder with a big tackle. Now it's 3rd and about 2.
They've spotted at the 12-yard line, so a big coming up for East Noble. 6:49 to play in the first with Parker standing behind center and looking over for the play call from the sideline. Marcellus, the running back, to the left of the quarterback, Parker. Fade to the end zone. It is broken up. Davon Parker. It was caught out of bounds, but Davon Parker, who had the interception last week and the win over Portage with a big pass breakup, preventing a touchdown in the end zone.
Nice play, read the fade well, broke on the ball very well, and a big pass defend. That is the first incomplete pass. And now I think we've got to stop it, just maybe equipment or injury. We've got to have a receiver come in.
Hayden Jones coming over to the sideline and taking his place, Isaac Sparkman. So it is 4th down and 2 from the 12. East Noble lines up to go for it. From the shotgun, they've got two receivers left, one to the right, and a running back in the pistol formation, and another whistle.
Offside Mishawaka.
A jump by the Cavemen, and East Noble won't have to run a play. It'll be a first down on the 5-yard offside penalty, and it'll be first and goal from the, let's see where they end up putting it. That half the distance at the 6-yard line. So a big fourth down conversion. East Noble didn't have to snap the ball to do it. Just underway in the first quarter here, 6:35 to play in the first. Two receivers out to the left from the shotgun. Parker will hand it off to Marcellus, and he will scamper into the end zone. Started in the middle and then cut it right back up. A 6-yard touchdown run by Justin Marcellus makes it 6-0 East Noble with 6:31 to play in the first quarter.
Nice little cutback. They ran the zone read, but gave the ball off going to his left. But Marcellus made a very good read and cut it back against the flow and walked in.
On to try the extra point is Joe Painter. The spot and the placement. It is good. 7-0. East Noble leads on WSBT. We didn't have time to bring you the starting lineup, so we will give them to you. They are brought to you by Bonnie Doon Drive-In for Mishawaka. Davon Parker and Devin Jimenez are the two cornerbacks. Donovan Snyder, the free safety. Connor Addison, 5'10 junior, is the rover. J.T. Thomas, a senior, the will linebacker. Nick Davis, another senior, the jack linebacker, essentially the weak side linebacker. Derek Dawson, the middle linebacker, who had 5.5 tackles last week. Gavin Eggendorfer, the junior, is at defensive tackle. Bo Brown, a 6'2 sophomore, at defensive end. Austin Mangrum, a 5'11", 200-pound defensive tackle, and T.J. Ruck at defensive end as well. So that's the starting defense for Mishawaka. 7-0. The Cavemen trail, and Mishawaka will get its first opportunity to touch the football with the kickoff coming. Davon Parker, along with Mylan Burris, back deep for the Cavemen, waiting at their own 6-yard line. Mishawaka wearing road white uniform, short squib kick, rolling toward the near sideline. It will be fallen on by one of the up men, Andrew Mason, as Mishawaka flips over on offense for the first time. And again, your starting lineups presented by Bonnie Doon. Justin Fisher is the quarterback. The halfbacks, Ethan Fowler and Donovan Snyder. Jarvis Delk and Caleb Wilson are the split ends. Andrew Mason, the fullback, and the offensive line, Wyatt Sellers, Ethan Nowacki, Jade Seamack, Ethan Sargent, and Jason DeWilkins. It will be Andrew Mason starting out at fullback. He started back there last week. Mishawaka with the football at its own 23-yard line. First and 10, 6:28 to play in the first quarter. The Cavemen trail 7-0. The dive goes to Mason. He drives the pile forward up close to the 28-yard line. A nice solid pickup on first down.
East Noble drive, 12 plays, 72 yards, a penalty on each team.
Up to the 28-yard line for Mishawaka. They've been wearing road white, and they've got the maroon helmet this year. They've switched from those white helmets they had for a long time, and they've got the numbers back on as well. Keeper by Fisher. He fumbles after taking a big hit, and it is going to be recovered by Jacob Van Gorder. Well, that is what hit Mishawaka early last week, but the two fumbles in the first quarter last week were more about the quarterback-fullback mesh. That was just a big hit. The ball came loose, and East Noble has it at the Cavemen 39.
Sometimes it's hard to get that ball security. I have just faked to the fullback. Now I'm going to turn it up, and met after about a 7-yard gain. It was a nice little pickup, but a crushing tackle by East Noble and the ball was on the ground.
Ball security, something Keith Kinder that he has harped on, and I think all coaches probably do. From the 39, 1st and 10, East Noble on top, 7-0 already. High snap, Parker fakes it. Now a little roll back and a throw to the near side. It is caught by Marcellus. He is dropped immediately at the 32 by Nick Davis.
Wanted to go big with a wheel route back away, play action one way, and then wheel it back. Mishawaka actually defended it well, but a pickup of about 8.
Puts it up to the 32-yard line. We're at 2nd down and 2. East Noble already leading 7-0. Big hole up the middle. Marcellus cuts now to the near side. Marcellus is dropped inside the 10 by Donovan Snyder, but a gaping hole right up the middle and a big pickup by Justin Marcellus, the junior running back.
See where they spot it. They look like they're going to spot it at about the yard line.
So a 24-yard pickup by Marcellus. There was a huge hole and a big offensive line East Noble has. They've got a couple who are the 2 tackles, 315 and 305 pounds, and now a jump by J.T. Thomas into the neutral zone is going to give East Noble more yards. That'll be half the distance.
And bring it down to the 4. Yeah.
Nothing going Mishawaka's way so far.
Well, the first thing out of a coach's mouth after a fumble is sudden change. Let's control the sudden change. East Noble right now is controlling the sudden change.
Yeah, they did that after the second fumble against Portage last week, but not tonight. Fade to the left to the end zone, caught, touchdown, East Noble. It was caught by Brett Christian, a 4-yard, check that rather, it was Gabe Ernsberger, a 4-yard touchdown pass to make it 13-0.
Yeah, nice little fade route. It was well defended the first time. This time they were right there, but the ball was thrown perfectly, and the wide receiver was able to go up and over. Ernsberger, 6'4", 170, and he just out-jumped the defender.
Another extra point coming. It is up, and it is good. East Noble capitalizes on the fumble by Mishawaka and turns it into a 4-yard touchdown pass. And you hear that cannon go off. It's like lightning striking for East Noble. 14-0. They lead with 4:54 to play in the first quarter. This is Mishawaka football on WSBT.
Are you ready for lunch? Yeah. Where do you want to go?
I'm not sure. Want a taco about it? Let's not burrito around the bush. Do we really need to guacamole it over?
Jalapeno poppin' down to Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill.
Tell them it just passed division on McKinley and Mishawaka.
They cater too, don't they?
Not you worry about that. If you have an event, then they have you covered. From tacos to fajita bars to all your favorite sides. Check them out at MontereyMexican.com.
Monterey Mexican Grill. You know it's what you want.
Mishawaka trailing East Noble 14-0 here on the road. Another kickoff coming, and it is short, and it is taken by one of the on the front line. Tyler Fair took it on one hop. Mishawaka will have excellent field position after that short kickoff. They'll start off at their own 48-yard line, and they can use that, Coach, down 14-0 here in the first quarter.
Tyler Fair did a great job of fielding that thing. It was a one-hopper right into his chest. You're not usually putting those people on the front row because of their hands.
That's true.
And Tyler did a great job. That could have been disaster.
Donovan Snyder is going to come in to play fullback on the second possession. Mishawaka 1st and 10 at its own 48. Snyder takes it. He goes left, and he takes tacklers with him into East Noble territory up to the 47-yard line.
Pickup of about 6 for Snyder.
To the 47 of the Knights, who lead 14-0. Second down, and a short 5 coming. Ethan Fowler will be the right halfback. Goes in motion to the left. The handoff goes to Snyder to the left. He is dropped just short of the 45-yard line, where it'll be third down.
Yeah, call it no gain. They ran the outside veer that time, and a nice job by Noble of closing down and making the tackle.
Mylan Burris is the left halfback, Ethan Fowler the right halfback, Snyder the fullback, Justin Fisher behind center. 3:50 to play in the first quarter. Fisher calls the signals. He will hand it off to Donovan Snyder, plunges to the left, and he's going to be really close to a Cavemen first down.
Going to be a little bit short. We had a helmet come off, so we've got an offensive lineman that has to be replaced for a play.
Inches shy of a first down and inches shy of the 42-yard line. The ball right between the 42 and the 43. Fourth down and inches, and Mishawaka lines up to go for it. Keeper by Fisher. He follows Ethan Sargent, the center forward. He tumbles over the pile all the way up to the 36-yard line. We're at the first down for Mishawaka, brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
5 yards on the quarterback sneak. And a first down. The drive continues.
First down of the night for Mishawaka, trailing 14-0 with 3 to play in the first half. In motion goes Delk, and the handoff goes left to Donovan Snyder, or Burris rather, excuse me. The handoff goes left, though, to Donovan Snyder. Pickup of 2 makes it 2nd and 8.
Yeah, ran a little cutback, little trap action that way. They've been running inside veer, outside veer, and then they ran the follow play, which is the play that Snyder fumbled on in the first possession.
Keeper by Fisher after faking the outside veer to the left.
I'm sorry, it was Fisher that fumbled in the first series.
Fisher picks up about 3 yards to make it 3rd and 5 from the 32. Caleb Wilson, they will put Jarvis Delk in the slot to the right side. Donovan Snyder, the fullback in the backfield. In motion goes Burris, some jumping by the East Noble defensive line, but then Fisher backs away from center. 4 on the play clock. Fisher back under center on 3rd down. He will keep it himself. He cuts it upfield across the 25 for another first down, brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
Yeah, nice job, first of all, by East Noble holding their water. Mishawaka tried to draw them offside with the long count, but then also another nice job by Mishawaka to run the follow again. That's the same play they fumbled on in the first series. This time they ran it to the right, picked up about 7 yards in the first down. Now at the 25-yard line.
Fisher comes up under center on 1st and 10. He will roll to the right, fakes the pitch, cuts it upfield inside the 20 to the 19, close to the 18-yard line.
I think the pitch was there. I think the pitch would have possibly gone for the touchdown, but when you can get 5 yards on first down, take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Under a minute to play in the opening quarter with Mishawaka down 14-0, but on the move. 2nd and 5 from the East Noble 19-yard line. Fowler goes in motion left. Inside, the give goes. Was that Snyder?
Yes.
The fullback, as Fisher looked to his left and then handed it off behind him on his hip, and Snyder took it up to the right side for a first down to the 11.
Little scissors action. Started one way and then gave it to the halfback coming back the other way, pulled the lineman. We may see more of that with Donovan Snyder at a halfback position.
Yep, Snyder in there now as the left halfback. He goes in motion. Andrew Mason. They fake the dive to him. Fisher keeps it himself. He takes it up to the 5-yard line where he is stopped. That is going to be the final play of the first quarter. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 for Mishawaka from the 5 when we return. After 1 quarter of play, East Noble on top, 14-0, but Mishawaka driving. This is Mishawaka Cavemen football on 96.1. WSBT, the sports leader.
A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks that will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at IndustrialDoorNI.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? When you work with Jim Hibschman, your Mishawaka Edward Jones financial advisor, he focuses on what's important to you. You'll work together and use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy, backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And you'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Jim Hibschman today. Edward Jones. Member SIPC.
East Noble leads Mishawaka 14-0. On the road, Mishawaka with the football. Dives up close to the 3-yard line where it'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, pickup of about 2 on the inside veer.
Keith Kinder and Mishawaka mixing things up a little bit. The drive started with Snyder as the fullback. Andrew Mason came in for a couple of plays, and now Snyder is the fullback again, with Burris as the left halfback and Fowler as the right halfback. 3rd down, keeper by Fisher, spins into the end zone after going right. Touchdown, Mishawaka.
3-yard touchdown run. And I think that may be the goal line package with Snyder at fullback and Fisher at quarterback. I think they want that short yardage and when they get in close.
They pick up the touchdown, the 3rd of the season, and the 3rd of his career, for that matter, for Justin Fisher, the first-year starter, sophomore. As Connor George comes on to attempt the extra point. Connor Addison waiting for the snap, takes it, places it down. It spins across the upright. Connor George is now 7 for 7 in his young career in extra points. One of it, just like Patton Snyder the last couple of years for Mishawaka, Connor George, a soccer player, doing some double duty. 14-7 after the touchdown by Mishawaka. We'll take a timeout and back with kickoff on WSBT.
Rossini's is a tradition of excellence when it comes to carry-out pizza. Every Rossini pizza is carefully made with homemade dough and the freshest ingredients and sauce. Visit their website for downloadable coupons at rossinicarryout.com or take advantage of their daily specials. No coupons needed on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Saturday's special features 2 14-inch 4-topping pizzas for just $23.99. Get details at rossinicarryout.com. Rossini Pizza Carryout you're proud to bring home. Located on Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka across from Beager School.
The deep man, Nick Munson, along with Ethan Nichols for East Noble. A sidewinding kick is fielded by Nichols at around the 17, into the middle of the field. Nichols up to the 35-yard line. Burris, one of the first men there for Mishawaka, and along with Jarvis Delk.
12 plays, 52 yards. Fisher with the 3-yard touchdown run. And remember, that all started with the great hands.
That's right.
Up front on the kick return.
East Noble kicking short both times they kicked up, but a big response for Mishawaka, too, after that fumble that East Noble turned into a touchdown. They marched down and score a touchdown of their own to get on the board for the first time.
3rd drive Mishawaka needs a stop.
1st and 10 East Noble. They lead 14-7 here in the first half. Play fake, wide open down the middle. The tight end, Brett Christian, could not hold on to it. I think he was thinking about the safety a little bit too much and drops the ball around midfield.
Yeah, the ball should have been caught, but I will also say, and Parker's one of the first ones to come up to him and shake him on the hand. The throw was a little bit inside. He's running the seam route. He wanted to keep him on the hash. Brought him in just a little bit too much.
Bailey Parker along with Marcellus, the running back of the backfield, nearly blown up, but Parker keeps it. Parker across the 45 and up to the 47-yard line where it's a first down for East Noble.
Hey, he's not real fast, or at least he doesn't appear to be, but he is very elusive and he runs with great vision. That play cut back over the right guard, and he just picked and chose his way for about a 12-yard gain.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right, and a jump in the interior of the Mishawaka defensive line again will give East Noble a free 5 yards.
You know, a coach will say, okay, you're aggressive, that's once. All right, that's 2. You can't do it 3 times.
Right.
Don't do it.
Now, again, it does bear repeating that essentially 3 of Mishawaka's top defensive linemen not playing tonight due to various injuries, so you've got some youth out there on the field this evening, and nearly another jump. This is something we got used to seeing Sam Shively, the Mishawaka quarterback last year, do all year, drawing guys offside.
Well, this East Noble offense is so good, it doesn't need any help.
No. Parker runs it up the middle as T.J. Rux, the honorable mention All-State defensive end, crashes inside to make the stop, but not before Parker crosses the Mishawaka 45 and takes it up to the 43, where it looks like he is just inches shy of a first down. 2nd and inches from the Cavemen 44. Parker takes a snap, looks right immediately, now wants to throw a long deep fade down the sideline. He overthrows everybody out of bounds. Davon Parker there in coverage against Gage Ernsberger, who caught the short touchdown pass on East Noble's last possession.
Parker was 5 of 6 for 40 yards and a touchdown in the first quarter, and he has missed on his first 2 here in the second.
3rd down and inches now, but good call for East Noble on 2nd and inches, taking a shot downfield. Now 3rd and inches. Parker from the shotgun, running back to his right. Turns out to be a lead blocker. Cuts it to the right. He is hit by Davon Parker, but not before he picks up the first down. Parker coming in from the cornerback position.
Just about a 2-yard gain, but it's enough for the first down. I don't think that you want Parker running the option offense, but what he does is very, very effective.
Yep. Roll out to his left, looks downfield, throws short. It is caught and out of bounds. Hayden Jones over there near the sticks. Where do they spot him? 2 yards short of the first down. Maybe closer to 3 yards short. But in any case, 2nd down. A little long, too. The East Noble offense standing and looking over to the sideline for the play call. Two receivers, rather, to the left. A wing tight end on the right side, Brett Christian, and timeout is taken by East Noble. It took them a little bit too long to get their play called. 2nd and long, 2 coming up from the Mishawaka 35 when we return. East Noble leading 14-7 with 9:46 to play in the first half. This is Mishawaka football on WSBT.
Midland Engineering Company is proud to partner with Mishawaka Schools to bring you Cavemen football. We believe in the Mishawaka way and are honored to work on upgrading their facilities, including historic Mishawaka High School. At Midland, we take pride in being part of our community, whether it's our annual Fallen Heroes Community Service Award with the South Bend Cubs or working with other local charities and nonprofit organizations. Midland and its employees are committed to enhancing the quality of life in Michiana. Midland Engineering Company, a community.
With Devin Jimenez there in coverage.
It's the second time on short yardage that East Noble has run the double move. First a hitch and go on second and short, and now this time there is a flag on the play on this one.
In the backfield, it's going to be holding on East Noble. Remember, they had 1st and 25 in the first quarter, and they ended up converting in 2 plays, I think.
This is going to wind up to be about a 17-yard penalty, I think.
It'll push them all the way back into their own territory, their own 48. 2nd and 19. Parker from the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. He takes the snap, rolls out to the right, under pressure. He throws it to the right. It is going to be broken up. Nick Davis in there in coverage on a wide receiver. Nick Munson breaks it up, incomplete, and it's 3rd and 19.
Hurry up, get back to the huddle because you got a break. I think there was a little early contact.
I think you're probably right about that. That's Nick Davis, the linebacker, in coverage against the slot receiver. Nick Munson there, though. Good. You know, the official said it was okay, so we'll have to say good play.
You don't get handicap points.
That's right.
You don't get a handicap in this game.
That's right.
No, it was close. And again, we watched too much college football and pro football. Willie didn't turn his back, and you don't have to in high school.
3rd and 19, shotgun snap, under pressure, fade to the near side. This time it's going to be caught by Ernsberger. A fade to the near sideline. Jimenez was there with him step for step, but the ball had just enough to get over the top.
Yeah, that's huge. That's about a 30-yarder. I'm guessing right now, but that's about a 30-yard pass for a first down.
Up to the 19-yard line. A backbreaker on 3rd and 19. It picks up 30. The lineup of the pistol now, and the handoff goes to Marcellus. Starts in the middle, tried to bounce it outside, but Derek Dawson crashed down to make the stop. Might get a yard. He's right near the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they spot it. That little jump cut got him outside, but he picks up no yards. No gain. They'll line up in the pistol again with Marcellus behind Parker. 2nd and 10, East Noble from the Mishawaka 19. Again, some jumping down on the Cavemen defensive front. 4 down linemen. Marcellus, the running back, shifts to the right of the quarterback. Parker takes a snap. Fade to the end zone to the right. Ernsberger that time with Davon Parker covering him.
Ernsberger does a nice job at the last minute, just nudging a little bit with that left arm to get a little separation. He's a good receiver.
3rd down and 19. They've got a few good receivers out there.
Yeah. Talking to Keith before the game, he was very, very scared of this offense. Said they are very, very talented. He's right.
3rd down and 10. A reverse coming to the near side. Hayden Jones with a blocker in front of him. Derek Dawson not having any of it. Derek Dawson stops him up at the 16-yard line.
Looked like it was going to go for a little bit more than that, but a nice recovery by Dawson on the reverse. And Parker was leading, and it looks like they're going to bring the field goal team on.
It is 4th and 8. Yeah, good job staying home by Derek Dawson, not getting fooled, getting out there to the perimeter. The senior linebacker who had over 200 combined tackles in his first 2 seasons. 105.5 last year, so now the field goal try is going to be no good. It went from the right hash mark and ended up missing wide to the left. A big hook by Joe Painter, the senior kicker. Mishawaka dodges a bullet after that huge 3rd down conversion by East Noble. It ends up being a missed field goal, and Mishawaka is going to have the football at its own 17, trailing 14-7 with 7:39, or at its own 20 rather, with 7:39 to play in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, you look right now and you say, man, East Noble has dominated this game. However, with one drive right here, and we're back in it.
Andrew Mason will be the fullback. Donovan Snyder, the left halfback. Fisher keeps it, pitches it to Snyder around the right. It was a little bit behind him. Snyder with a left hand snags it, turns it up, finds the sideline, makes positive yardage. Let's see where they put him, up at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, the pitch was high and behind him. If it was out in front, might have got a few more yards, but 6 yards on first down is more than efficient.
Second down and 4 for the Cavemen as Fisher comes under center. Snyder goes in motion. Handoff goes to Mason to the right. He plunges into a pile. He'll get a couple yards, not much more, and it's going to be third down for Mishawaka.
You haven't pulled out Mason jars his way into the middle of the line yet. You haven't done that yet.
There you go. Not yet.
Okay.
They gave him close to...
3 yards, I think, on that.
Yeah, a little bit more than I thought. Going to be 3rd and 2 for the Cavemen from their own 28. As Donovan Snyder lines up as the halfback now. Snyder takes it, drives his way forward across the 30, and he's got a first down. Brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. Up to the 31-yard line. Mishawaka down 14-7. East Noble scored on the opening drive of the game, and then Mishawaka fumbled on its first drive. East Noble turned it into a touchdown. Mishawaka responded, scoring a touchdown on its second drive. Fisher keeps it himself, goes to the left, finds himself a couple of yards before he's met by about 4 or 5 different blue jerseys and pushed backwards. He picks up 2 to make it 2nd and 8.
Sometimes that young quarterback just doesn't have the confidence with a lot of pitches to his left. That will come in time.
Benefits long-term of having a sophomore out there who's going to get a lot of experience this year.
Yeah, the bad news is he's a sophomore.
Yeah, that's
the good news is he's a sophomore.
That's right. Motion and the dive to, or the veer rather, to the left to Snyder. Goes up to the 37-yard line, 3rd down.
Yeah, that's that little trap cutback midline, whatever you want to call it, but it was a pickup of about 4 yards. That was 1 tackle away from being a bigger gain. That was an ankle tackle, and that could have went for about 10 more.
3rd and 5, Mishawaka from its own 36-yard line. Snyder's the fullback again. Fisher to throw, quick out to the right, goes incomplete. It was behind the split end, Caleb Wilson. They were trying to catch East Noble off guard with that quick pass, but it falls incomplete to bring up 4th and 5. Now Mishawaka, the offense on the field still. The clock stopped, of course, with that incompletion with 5:14 to play in the second quarter. Fisher comes up under center. In motion goes Fowler. I would imagine they're just trying to see if they can draw him off. It didn't work as he steps away from center. 3 on the play clock. Mishawaka calls timeout, and they will punt after we take a quick timeout. 5:14 to play in the first half, 14-7. Mishawaka trails. A punt coming up next on WSBT.
The Mishawaka Education Foundation invites you to the annual Growing the Future Dinner and Auction, October 17th at the Mishawaka Conference Center. Bid on special items ranging from bountiful baskets, dining experiences, holiday ideas, and more. Followed by a program that includes honoring Dr. A. Dean Spiker and the Mishawaka Dream Team of Mike Pettibone, Dr. Bruce Staley, and Bill Welling. A percentage of each ticket is tax deductible. To register or for more information, go online to mishawakaedu.org.
After the timeout, Mishawaka lines up to go for it. 4th and 5 from its own 36. Toss to Donovan Snyder. Snyder eludes a tackle. Gets up to the 42, to the 43-yard line where he picks up the first down. He picks up 7 on 4th and 5. First down from Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
Yeah, great call. Everybody expects the punt team to come on after the timeout. Instead, they bring the offense back out and they run the toss, which they haven't run all night. It took East Noble by surprise. Here's the reason they went for it. They've been having trouble stopping East Noble.
Yep.
They've got to go for it.
The handoff goes to Mason, or to Ethan Fowler, as Fowler started to his left and cut it back inside, and he takes it up to the 39-yard line.
18 yards on his first carry of the night.
As they continue to kind of mix things up offensively, Ethan Fowler, a first down up to the 39-yard line. Fowler running out of the right halfback. Donovan Snyder now is the fullback, and Mylan Burris is the left halfback on the wing. The handoff goes to Snyder, who takes it up to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 4 on first down, makes it 2nd and 6.
We've talked about this many times, but 4 yards is what you shoot for on first down.
Mishawaka standing behind center, looking to the far sideline for the play call. Fisher looking at his left wrist, under 4 to play in the first half. Mishawaka down 14-7. Fisher will keep it after faking the dive. Drives through would-be tacklers. Well up to the 27-yard line, where it's another Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage first down.
Yeah, 8 yards on the pickup. And now at the 27, 28-yard line. This drive continues with the 18-yard pickup on 4th and 5.
1st and 10 now, Mishawaka from the East Noble 27. Fisher will fake it and keep Fisher across the 20. He is tripped up at the 17-yard line.
Pickup of about 11. Be another first down. Come on, where you got it?
Yep, they're a little bit late to move the chains, but the chains do move, and it's brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
They just got to trust me.
You can see it. Why can't they?
Why can't they?
Snyder is the fullback. Motion Fowler out of the right halfback. The fake dive. Fisher takes it and follows the fullback up to the 13-yard line.
A lot of different offense for Mishawaka. They will run the veer. If it's not there, the quarterback has the ability to follow him in the next gap. But they also have a called play where they will fake the veer and send the lead back up that hole as an extra blocker.
2nd down and 6 after a pickup of 4. Snyder up the gut across the 10. And a timeout is taken quickly by East Noble with 2:20 to play in the first half. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 for Mishawaka from the 9 after we take a timeout on 96.1 WSBT.
U.S. Signcrafters, innovative design, professional project management, quality manufacturing and installation. That's the U.S. Signcrafters difference. If your company needs to make an impression, call U.S. Signcrafters. Hundreds of other businesses have, like Whirlpool Corporation, Legends of Notre Dame, and Granger Community Church. When you call U.S. Signcrafters, you can relax because your sign project is done professionally, on time, and on budget. Just like the new Alumni Plaza here at Mishawaka High School. Check out their work and learn more at USSigncrafters.com.
Half. Mishawaka on the move once again after falling behind 14-0. It's 14-7, and Mishawaka has it 3rd and 2 at the East Noble 9-yard line. And remember earlier on this drive, the 4th down conversion in their own territory that kept this drive going. Fisher behind center. He will fake the dive. He will keep it himself. He takes it up to the 4-yard line. A first down from Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
Another 5-yard pickup. the quarterback follow by Justin Fisher.
Yeah, that play has worked pretty well.
Yeah.
It's that first fumble earlier, and they have been using that quite a bit.
And even that worked well. We just didn't hold on to the ball.
Just a big hit. Yep. First and goal from the 4. Donovan Snyder takes it to the left, across the goal line. Touchdown, Mishawaka.
Fumbled the ball, and East Noble is running it back the other way, but the officials signaled it was a touchdown. So the ball came loose in the end zone.
Yeah, it was
touchdown, Snyder.
He was well across the goal line by the time it came. And that actually happened once last week as well against Portage, where they thought they had caused a fumble. So with 1:49 to play in the second, Snyder with a 4-yard touchdown run. Connor George on to try the extra point.
No replay.
Yeah, that's right. I can tell you, I had the binoculars on. He was well across the goal line.
I don't think there was any question.
I think what happened, he was kind of stumbling a little bit across the goal line, and I think once he fell, that's when the ball came out.
I agree.
So an extra point coming, and Mishawaka trying to tie the score at 14. As Connor George, the sophomore kicker, waits the snap and the placement. It is up and good, and we are tied at 14. 1:49 to play in the first half. Mishawaka has tied the score on a 4-yard touchdown run by Snyder, and the kick by George. Back with a kickoff after this on WSBT.
Hey sports fans, Kevin Putz here with First Midwest Mortgage, your trusted and local mortgage professional. With the purchase market slowing down a bit, now is the perfect time to look into refinancing your existing mortgage. Take advantage of increased property values and declining interest rates to consolidate debt, eliminate PMI, home improvements, or look at lowering your term to 20 or 15 years. Call today to see how easy it can be. I'm Kevin Putz, and let me put my 20 years of mortgage experience to work for you. Call today, 287-1152.
1:49 to play in the first half. Tied at 14. East Noble and Mishawaka. Connor George with a ball on the tee at his own 40. Kicks off. One of the up men takes it at the 25. Into the middle. Goes to the left, and he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. That is Justin Marcellus, their main running back, who's one of the up men and took it up to the 40.
Good field position for East Noble with 1:42 and 2 timeouts.
Well, you said when we were in the timeout, Mishawaka might have scored too early. That's a lot of time for an offense and a quarterback that has moved the ball really well in the first half.
Yeah. We really haven't stopped them yet. Penalties and a couple incomplete passes of the last drive.
Parker from the shotgun. First and 10 from his own 40. Rolls to the right, eyes downfield, and he plays pitch and catch on the near sideline with Gage Ernsberger. The 6'4" senior makes the catch up at the 48, where it'll be 2nd and 2. The clock stopped as he went out of bounds after making that grab. 1:38 now to play. Ball just inside the right hash mark. A little bit of jumping in the middle, but Gavin Eggendorfer holding his mud in there. 2 receivers out to the left. Parker takes a snap, goes to the right, gets by a would-be tackler, runs out of bounds after getting into Mishawaka territory. Jarvis Delk just ran right by him as Parker did a little stutter step. 1st and 10 at the Cavemen 47-yard line.
5 yards on the run and a first down.
1:33 to play in the first, and again the clock stopped after he ran out of bounds. 3 receivers out to the left as Mishawaka moves the defense around. Connor Addison getting over on the slot man on the left, and timeout is taken by Mishawaka. That'll be their second. With 1:33 to play in the first half. John Ross, the new principal of Mishawaka High School is Dean Hubbard's guest in the Mishawaka Education Foundation halftime show. Timeout, and then back right after this on WSBT.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
3:33 to play in the first half. Mishawaka and East Noble tied at 14. East Noble first and 10 from the Mishawaka 47-yard line. Parker takes the snap, rolls to his left, throws short. It is caught, hit, and
incomplete.
It is incomplete. Broken up over there as Connor Addison came up to make the hit on Nick Munson. Give Addison a pass breakup, and it's 2nd and 10 as 4 seconds tick off the clock. I was about to say the clock would run on that completion, but then it was incomplete.
Yeah, it's to East Noble, it was a good thing that it was incomplete, because that was only going to pick up about 5 yards anyways.
2nd and 10, 2 receivers left. One to the right, a running back in the backfield. The tight end on the wing to the right. The running back to the left of Parker. He takes the snap and rolls to his left. Throws downfield, pitch and catch, caught by Jones, forced out of bounds by Devin Jimenez and Nick Davis. First down for East Noble at the Mishawaka 35-yard line.
12-yard pickup on the little roll to the left. The outside receiver just went down about 10 yards and stopped.
1st and 10 and a minute 24 to play in the first half. Tied at 14. Parker from the shotgun. Takes the snap. Long fade to the right. Open is Ernsberger. He makes the over-the-shoulder catch. He's pushed out of bounds just short of the goal line by Devin Jimenez, but it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1.
Yeah, that was a great move. It was a sluggo route. They faked the slant and then just a very subtle slant and then broke back outside in a 34-yard pickup down to about the half-yard line.
Minute 18 now to play in the first half. Parker takes the snap, and a flag comes down right at the snap of the football.
Mishawaka lined up offside. This is going to be about a 2-inch penalty, I believe.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're going to jump offside, here's where you want to do it.
Now a minute 16 to play in the first half, tied at 14. 1st and goal at about the 1-inch line. Parker from the shotgun takes the snap, running to his right. He angles for the pylon. Touchdown, East Noble.
Now that's a heartbreaker. That is all this with what we say, Sean, about a minute 46.
Yeah, they used all of 37 seconds.
I think a little home cooking on the clock.
Probably so.
Note to Mishawaka. Yeah, we need their timer.
That's right. Somebody pay that man his money.
Yeah. I mean, that was a 60-yard drive in 6 plays.
The kick is good. East Noble goes on top 21-14, and we'll see what Mishawaka does after they take the kickoff with a minute 12 to play in the first half. Remember, they do get the ball to start the second half. We'll take a timeout on WSBT.
Grace Daly, retired professional women's NBA player, will be speaking at the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Eau Claire this Saturday from 11 until noon. Grace was a first-round draft pick to the WNBA in 2000. She's now a school teacher in Ocala, Florida. Join the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Eau Claire, located off Naomi Road, this Saturday from 11 until noon as they feature Grace Daly as a guest speaker. This is a free family event.
Trayvon Parker and Milan Burris back deep for Mishawaka. East Noble has kicked short a couple of times. 1:12 to go in the first half. East Noble leads 21-14. I would think they're going to try to kick deeper here. Then I give Mishawaka a shorter field. They do kick it deep. It sails into the end zone this time. So let's see what Mishawaka does. With 1:12 to go in the first, down by a touchdown, Mishawaka will have the ball to start the second half, but they've got 80 yards between them and the end zone right now.
Still plenty of time, and you don't have to get goofy right now. If you make it, you'd like some points, but not at the expense of a whole lot of dangerous plays.
We've seen Keith Kinder every now and then go into the bag of tricks last year, and even a couple of years ago. You remember into the first half of that Valpo game, he had a couple of halfback passes.
Yeah,
they're going to line up and
take a knee.
Yep, they're just going to take a knee, though, not take any chances.
They may have to take about 4 of them still with 1:12 on the clock.
Well, East Noble does still have one timeout, right?
Yes. And I don't think they're going to use it.
Doesn't look like it. Mishawaka players standing up at the line of scrimmage. There's still 18 seconds on the play clock. So they can let it wind a while with 43 seconds on the game clock.
Justin Fisher doesn't want to do this too often. It hurts his average.
That's true. They will take 2 knees and head to the locker room, trailing 21-7. The defense still staying on the field. Mishawaka is heading over to the end zone.
East Noble taking no chances, just in case the offense would run back on the field, but I think you'd get a penalty right now for having a few guys out of the box. Because everybody from Mishawaka.
I was going to say, because that clock was still running, technically, if the officials wanted to nitpick, as the Mishawaka team headed to the end zone with still like 25, 30 seconds on the clock, they could have thrown a flag, I guess, if they wanted. But and I think maybe that's what the coach is talking to him about. He's talking to one of the officials about something anyway. In any case, halftime is here. It's 21-14. East Noble leads. The Knights scored on all but one of their drives. Mishawaka scored 2 touchdowns, fumbled, and wrapped time at the end of the first half on its 4 drives of the night. 21-14, the East Noble Knights lead the Mishawaka Cavemen here in Kendallville, Indiana on a gorgeous August 30th evening. We will take a timeout. When we come back, the halftime show presented by the Mishawaka Education Foundation and new Mishawaka principal John Ross will be the guest of Mishawaka Athletic Director Dean Hubbard. The Mishawaka halftime show. Don't forget, we've got scores and halftime statistics brought to you by the scores brought to you by U.S. Sign Crafters, and the statistics brought to you by RBI's Unlimited of Mishawaka. 21-14, East Noble on top of the half. This is Mishawaka Cavemen football on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
Rossini's is a tradition of excellence when it comes to carry-out pizza. Every Rossini pizza is carefully made with homemade dough and the freshest ingredients and sauce. Visit their website for downloadable coupons at rossinicarryout.com or take advantage of their daily specials. No coupons needed on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And Saturday's special features 2 14-inch 4-topping pizzas for just $23.99. Get details at rossinicarryout.com. Rossini Pizza Carryout you're proud to bring home. Located on Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka across from Beager School.
Make a difference in Mishawaka students' lives by entering the Travel Trailer Raffle 2019. Donated by Grand Design RV, this 24-foot trailer sleeps 8 year-round with a retail value of over $34,000. Raffle tickets are only $50, and there's only 1,000 available from Certified Mishawaka Education Foundation members, the School City of Mishawaka Administration Center, and before varsity home football games. Proceeds benefit the Mishawaka High School Performing Arts and School City of Mishawaka Classroom Grants. Details and official rules at mishawakaedu.org.
Midland Engineering Company is proud to partner with Mishawaka Schools to bring you Cavemen football. We believe in the Mishawaka way and are honored to work on upgrading their facilities, including historic Mishawaka High School. At Midland, we take pride in being part of our community, whether it's our annual Fallen Heroes Community Service Award with the South Bend Cubs or working with other local charities and nonprofit organizations. Midland and its employees are committed to enhancing the quality of life in Michiana. Midland Engineering Company, a community partner for nearly 100 years. Visit midlandengineering.com.
Welcome to the Mishawaka Cavemen Halftime Show, presented by the Mishawaka Education Foundation on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
I'm Dean Huppert, and you're listening to the Mishawaka Education Halftime Report. I'm joined by our new principal, Mr. John Ross, and a lot of people have heard the message from Mr. Barker. He's our new superintendent, but you're our new leader, but a guy who's been around Mishawaka for quite a while.
Well, this is my sort of my 21st year, and I've spent several years in different roles. I was 7 years in the business department as a teacher, and then I was an assistant principal, associate, and now I'm doing this. And Jerome left some pretty big shoes to fill, but I'm going to do my best. Mostly I have big feet, so I'll probably be okay.
And thinking about those experiences you've had, they have to set you up for success just because you've gone through the rigors of a lot of different things here in Mishawaka.
Well, look, a lot of times in order to be an administrator in any building, you really have to go through a process where you've been a teacher, you've gone through additional training, and you've learned all sorts of things to make it work. But there's no replacement for experience. So, again, those 13, 14 years I spent in administration, I think have put me in a pretty good spot to be able to serve our staff and our well.
One of our upcoming home games on September 13th is going to be Military Appreciation Night. And I know that hits home for you, a veteran of the military. Talk about that, where you served and just how that experience has helped you as a leader in administration.
Well, I was in the Navy for 24 years, and I was a naval flight officer. And in the flight officer realm, you specialize in various different things. Some people are bomber pilots or bombardiers. Other people are going to be involved in just basic navigation. Mine was electronic warfare. And I spent virtually my entire 24 years, a lot of that overseas, doing reconnaissance missions. I've got hundreds of missions against Russia, North Korea, lots of missions in the Persian Gulf, even missions in various parts of Africa. So I've been rather around the world. And I've had some leadership roles, obviously, over those years. I was in charge of what was called a special projects unit that did, various unusual, tricky things to collect information to satisfy our national requirements. And my last assignment was XO of Navy ROTC at Notre Dame, which was a great experience. I was there for 3 years. I was teaching some classes on leadership and ethics, and and at the same time I was looking at, hey, I'm going to retire soon, and I kind of like this teaching thing, so I went ahead and did a couple of classes for GRINS and set myself up to come in, and Mishawaka interviewed me and hired me initially on an emergency license for the first year. And the rest is history, if you will, in terms of the progression of things that I've picked up over the years. And yes, I've used a lot of my military experience in terms of how to organize things, how to get things done in a timely fashion, because obviously in the military it's about execution of the mission and getting things done. And sometimes there's a way to make things happen faster in the private sector or in public education that is a good thing.
And now, obviously, you're on a mission here at Mishawaka, and when you think about the passion that you have for this place, when that translates to our students, how would you like them to represent the M? And maybe our student athletes, when they put on the uniform, how would you like them to be seen by the public and by our administration, teacher, and fans?
Well, I went to a high school in Key West, Florida, of all places, and it really wasn't so different than Mishawaka High School. There was one school in that community. There was one private school, rather like Marion is for us, a Catholic school. But, we've got a great cross-section of kids. We've got some kids that are profoundly gifted and talented in terms of their ability to succeed in the world. And we've got other kids that have their challenges, but they're all our kids. And we want all of them to be successful. And as I've already talked in some other venues about, there's a new graduation requirement that starts with the incoming freshmen. So how do we translate those state requirements into actions that allow our kids to be as successful as they can be? And it really applies even to the sophomores, juniors, and seniors because they have the option of using that same technique. So the bottom line is that I always like to see kids that are really striving to do the best they can do, that they're not actually, just drifting through school. I want them to go through with a purpose, a mission that leads them to getting, again, the best diploma and the best preparation for the next step in their life.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. This has been Dean Hubbard with Mr. John Ross, and this is the Mishawaka Education Halftime Report.
Tune in to 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader, to hear every South Bend Cubs game, home and away. Brought to you by Acme Water World, Brainey's Windows, Vanilla Aluminum, Carmela's at McCree's, Edward Jones, Food Bank of Northern Indiana, Frog Plumbing, Gulfstream Coach, Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill, Kurt Outdoor Living, Hal's Auto Repair, The Skillet, Leckleitner Door, The Pub, and Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Football season means hosting family and friends for food, fun, and your favorite teams. From large-scale outdoor kitchens and fireplaces to fire tables and fire bowls, Kurt Outdoor Living carries a wide variety of outdoor living products to help make your backyard a dream come true. Kurt Outdoor Living has Jonathan Green products available for contractors, landscapers, and homeowners to help you achieve the lush, healthy lawn this fall that you've always wanted. Kurt Outdoor Living, 2129 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen. KurtOutdoorLiving.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance presents and Doug.
If I don't find the right car insurance for me, I might just give up.
Did someone just say, if I don't find the right car insurance for me, I might just give up? Ma'am, what if my partner, this wild emu, and I told you that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need?
I'd say sign me up for Liberty Mutual. And also, your emu is eating my tires.
Lemu! No. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer. State laws apply.
First and goal from the 4. Donovan Snyder takes it to the left, across the goal line. Touchdown, Mishawaka.
Donovan Snyder tying it up at 14-14 at the point. However, though, Bailey Parker and the East Noble Knights bouncing back. Eventual 1-yard touchdown, and the East Noble Knights lead Mishawaka 21-14 at the break. From the U.S. Sign Crafter Studios, I'm Matt Embry. Whether it's commercial signs, freestanding pylon signs, dimensional architectural signage, illuminated signs, and more, contact U.S. Sign Crafters today to see how they can make a great first impression for your company or organization. Call 574-674-5055. Elsewhere tonight, Penn has just bumped up their lead on LaPorte, 14-6 in the second at TCU Freed Field. South Bend Adams' trip to the Buckeye State is not going so well. Antoine Jones' team at the half trails Glen Oak of Ohio 35-0. In the second, South Bend Riley at Jackson Field leads Bremen 14-0. At Schoolfield, Jimtown with a 14-7 lead at the half over South Bend Washington. Marion ahead of John Glenn 21-7 at the half. Northridge leads South Bend St. Joe by a count of 10-3 in the second. It is 14-3. Central leads Goshen. Elkhart Central looking for 2 straight victories. Of course, last week in the last matchup with the Manji Lion, they defeated Elkhart Memorial, who is on the verge of another defeat, unfortunately, at this point. At the half, they trail Concord 24-6. Northwood welcoming Bishop Chatard to their home field, and it's been all Trojans. They lead the Panthers at the half, 41-6. Plymouth ahead of Kokomo at the Rock Pile, 14-7 in the second. Also, second quarter at Michigan City, Warsaw leads the Wolves 10-0. At the half, West Noble leads Wawasee 7-6. LaVille with a 27-8 lead at the half over Triton, and Culver Military Academy trails Harrison at the half by a count of 10-3. 21-14, East Noble leads Mishawaka the half. After this timeout, we'll have the stat book courtesy of RBI's Unlimited. You're listening to Mishawaka Cavemen Football, powered by Midland Engineering on WSBT South Bend.
Are you ready for lunch? Yeah. Where do you want to go?
I'm not sure. Want a taco about it? Let's not burrito around the bush. Do we really need to guacamole it over?
Jalapeno poppin' down to Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill.
Tell him it just passed division on McKinley and Mishawaka.
They cater too, don't they?
Not you worry about that. If you have an event, then they have you covered. From taco to fajita bars to all your favorite sides. Check them out at MontereyMexican.com.
Monterey Mexican Grill. You know it's what you want.
For many children in our community, school meals may be the only meals they eat during the week. What happens over the weekend? I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. Our Food for Kids backpack program provides children in need with a sack of food for weekends and holiday breaks during the school year. Your $140 investment fills a backpack with hope for children who need it most. Find out more at feedindiana.org.
There's nothing like the crack of the bat, especially when it's followed by a huge smile on your child's face. RBI's Unlimited realizes that success on the baseball field or softball diamond does not come easy, but nothing beats proper fundamentals and lots of practice. Give your son or daughter the opportunity to enjoy success next spring with lessons or by attending open hitting sessions at RBI's Unlimited this fall. RBI's offers positive instruction to kids of all ages and all talent levels in a fun and safe environment. Learn more at RBI'sunlimited.com or visit them on West 6th Street in Mishawaka.
Back at halftime, the Mishawaka Education Foundation halftime show with Scott Bovenkirk, Sean Stiers. East Noble leads Mishawaka 21-14 here at the half in our halftime. RBI's Unlimited. Help your child's statistics improve next season for baseball or softball with hitting lessons and workouts. At RBI's Unlimited, West 6th Street in Mishawaka. Well, for the Cavemen, Justin Fisher, the quarterback, leads Mishawaka, 11 carries, their second leading rusher. 11 carries, 42 yards and a touchdown. Their leading rusher is Donovan Snyder, 11 carries, 44 yards, also a touchdown. Ethan Fowler, 1 carry for 18 yards. Andrew Mason has carried 3 times for 12 yards. Fisher 0 for 1 passing. Tackles-wise, 3 different Mishawaka players share the lead. Derek Dawson, Donovan Snyder, and Connor Addison, all with 3 tackles. Devin Jimenez, the cornerback, with a pair of tackles and a couple of pass deflections for Mishawaka. Addison with 1 and Jimenez with 1 as well. Your halftime stats brought to you by RBI's Unlimited. Help your child's statistics improve next season, baseball, softball, whatever it happens to be. You can get some hitting lessons or just show up for your own workouts in the cages at RBI's Unlimited on West 6th Street in Mishawaka. Well, before we take another timeout for the second half, Coach, just some of your thoughts on what we saw in the first half.
I didn't think so at the time, but right now you look and you think that first series where Mishawaka fumbled on the second play could turn out to be huge, because right now no defense stopping each other's offense. Mishawaka has got on track. They know what they're doing. Obviously, East Noble knows what they're doing. Bailey Parker is living up to everything that we heard about him. I have him 10 of 16 in the first half, but Gage Ernstberger, the wide receiver, 6'4", has impressed me. He doesn't run away from you, but he's got outstanding moves and uses his height. Very good wide receiver.
Right now, with East Noble on top by a touchdown, and Mishawaka having the football first. It's kind of a situation. You talk about the defense as being unable to stop the other. The defense that makes one stop at the rate that we're going right now is probably going to come out on top.
We used to say whoever can break serve.
That's right.
And that's what it is. It's a tennis match right now because nobody has been able to stop the other team's offense.
And from Mishawaka's standpoint, I mean, that option offense, there's a lot of teams that have stood on the sidelines and just watched helplessly as precious seconds and minutes tick off the clock. If Mishawaka can run its offense, that's essentially as good as the defense just possessing the ball, keeping the ball away from East Noble.
Yeah, I think what has to happen right now is we've got to have those 16-play drive, but it's critical that everything results in a score of some kind. You saw what East Noble can do with. I mean, what they have, 1:46 on the clock, and scored with
they needed 21 seconds.
Yeah, and scored with 1:12. Now, anyways.
No, I mean, for a high school offense, it was impressive to watch the way they were able to run a 2-minute offense and only need 20 seconds to do it.
Yeah.
All right, we will take our final halftime timeout. We will pause for 1 minute and then back with second half action with East Noble on top 21-14. This has been the Mishawaka Education Foundation halftime show, and a shout out to those listening on the Mishawaka Network tonight, an audio-only stream, but the only online stream available of this game this evening because we've got South Bend Cubs baseball going on WSBTradio.com. 21-14 East Noble. Mishawaka takes the second half kickoff after this on WSBT.
A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks that will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at IndustrialDoorNI.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
Hey sports fans, Kevin Putz here with First Midwest Mortgage, your trusted and local mortgage professional. With the purchase market slowing down a bit, now is the perfect time to look into refinancing your existing mortgage. Take advantage of increased property values and declining interest rates to consolidate debt, eliminate PMI, home improvements, or look at lowering your term to 20 or 15 years. Call today to see how easy it can be. I'm Kevin Putz, and let me put my 20 years of mortgage experience to work for you. Call today, 287-1152.
Just about ready to start the second half as the sun keeps setting behind us here at East Noble High School. Artificial turf field. Really nice looking field.
Beautiful facility. Absolutely gorgeous.
Great press box, great host East Noble has been this evening. 21-14, the Knights lead the Cavemen, getting ready to kick off from left to right. Davon Parker and Milan Burris back deep for the Cavemen. They boomed the last kickoff deep after a couple of short kickoffs early. Sidewinding kick is taken by Parker at the 2-yard line. Straight up the middle of the field. Parker across the 20 with a little opening. Eludes a tackler. And Parker across the 25, and they'll give him forward progress to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, nice kick return of about 25 yards. The first opportunity for Mishawaka to get any kind of a run back.
Donovan Snyder will start off as the fullback for Mishawaka. Justin Fisher, the sophomore quarterback, under center. Burris, the left halfback. Ethan Fowler, the right halfback. Split ends on each side. Motion by Burris. The give is to Donovan Snyder. He plunges to the right up to the 32-yard line. Mishawaka down by 7 at the start of the second half.
4 yards on first down. And as we said at halftime, Sean, run the clock, run this thing down to about nothing and score. and then get some sort of a break, play a little defense.
Ball right in the middle of the field at the 32. Keeper by Fisher. Goes to the left. He was dragged from behind. Cole Shipach slowed him down before another defender came up to stop him. He picked up just a yard, and it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and that's a big stop because Fisher has been making a lot of yardage on that second back or quarterback follow, whatever you want to call it. That's really the first time that East Noble has been able to stop that play.
3rd down and 5. Fisher tries to go to the right, and he is stuffed after picking up just a yard, and it will be 4th down and 4 coming up for the Cavemen.
So East Noble, their obvious adjustment at halftime is to stem their defensive line. And I think East Noble is confused because Mishawaka ran their big guys on, and East Noble sent their punt return team on.
Yeah, Mason is the fullback, and the toss play goes to Donovan Snyder around to the right. Snyder is going to be stopped short of the 1st down. They went to the same play they did in the first half on the 4th down conversion from about the same spot of the field. Snyder is stopped after a pickup of...
Well, they gave him the first down. They gave them a great
Holy cow.
Spot.
And great second effort, obviously, by Donovan Snyder.
Yeah.
But he looked like he was stopped a good yard short of the 1st down, and everyone in the press box went, what? But it's a 1st down brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
Everybody on this side of the field felt the same way. The East Noble fans were furious.
So now it's 1st and 10 Cavemen at their own 38-yard line. Fisher keeps it, goes to the right, cuts upfield, picks up 4 on 1st down. I'm glad it wasn't just me who...
Well, good things happens to good teams, and we look at and we see that the fielding of the kickoff, and that led to a score, and then for 1st down. This one. So these are huge plays, and sometimes good things just happen to good people.
Fisher dropped the snap in the backfield and then fell on it on 2nd down. It loses a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down and 6. See, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3rd down and 6 upcoming for Mishawaka at its own 42-yard line. Donovan Snyder is the fullback. Burris is the left halfback. The keeper by Fisher drives his way forward in great second effort, running through some arm tackles. He is stopped right at the line to gain, and it looks like it will be, and it is, a Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage 1st down at the 49.
And that was all effort. He was stopped for maybe a 2-yard gain. That last 4 yards were all his. Yards after contact.
Mishawaka 1st and 10 at its own 49-yard line. Donovan Snyder remains the fullback. Fisher back to throw. Airs it out over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Caleb Wilson.
Yeah, he was looking for Caleb Wilson, but he had the wheel route down the sideline wide open. If he could have got the ball to the halfback out of the backfield, down the sideline, Derek Dawson was running free. He just didn't see him.
2nd and 10 Cavemen from their own 49. The clock stopped at 8:26 to play in the 3rd quarter. East Noble leads 21-14. Motion Burris. The give is to Snyder into East Noble territory, but he is pushed backwards by Jacob Van Gorder. Pickup of just 2 yards makes it 3rd and 8.
Yeah, big play now because the incomplete pass puts you with 2nd and 10. Now the stop on 2nd down leaves you with 3rd and 8, and as we've said many, many times, this is not an offense that likes to play behind the sticks.
Ethan Fowler helping offensive lineman Wyatt Sellers buckle his chin strap. There's that little curl to the right. It goes nowhere to Donovan Snyder coming out of the halfback position. Mishawaka now facing 4th and 8 at the East Noble 48-yard line.
Well, you went for it with 4th and 5 from your own 30. What are you going to do now? And it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. This is going to be another testament, Sean, to, hey, I don't think we can stop them.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Keith Kinder is saying. We got to get the first downs.
Mason is the fullback. Back to throw is Justin Fisher. Fires it over the middle, and it is going to be broken up. He was looking for Snyder, who wants pass interference. Doesn't get the flag, though. East Noble will have it at its own 48 after the incompletion on 4th down.
Yeah, and there's a lot of contact, but that's offense, defense bumping. I think that's a good no call.
So the incompletion gives East Noble the football with 7:06 to play in the third.
If I was coaching, I'd probably be screaming for the pass.
Probably so. But I don't disagree. I mean, you know, it was just kind of thrown up for grabs there.
Yeah, it's football.
Parker from the shotgun. 1st and 10, East Noble. A handoff goes to Marcellus, trying to run around the right. Devin Jimenez, the cornerback, crashes down and wraps him up around the waist. It'll be a loss of a yard, it looks like. Or at least a half yard anyway, and bring up 2nd and long.
Well, maybe we were wrong, Sean. We said right now these defenses can't stop anybody.
The East Noble defense started off with a stop.
East Noble stepped up. Maybe the Cavemen can do the same.
Parker from the shotgun, the running back to his left. He'll roll to the left to a Parker after taking the snap. He fires it off there for Jones, who spins off a tackler and takes it all the way up to the 32-yard line. Donovan Snyder, it looked like, got up there to make the tackle. But a big pickup for East Noble. After one negative play, they come up with a big positive play.
I'm going to call it about 19 yards.
Up to the 32.
Yeah.
From the pistol formation, Marcellus straight up the gut with a lot of running room all the way up to the 20-yard line. A pickup of 22. Or 12, rather.
Yeah, right now.
Well, that's where he made some hay in the first quarter, right up the gut.
Right now, out of pistol formation, it's been a formation that they've had a lot of success with.
Now Marcellus runs out to the right side. He will take it to the 15 before Snyder comes up to make the tackle.
Another 7-yard pickup on 1st down.
Yep, and they march up to the 15-yard line. They'll run out of the pistol once again. Parker takes the snap, hands it to Marcellus, who tries the middle and is tackled down around the ankles. Nick Davis got in there to make the stop, and J.T. Thomas, the other linebacker, in there as well. It's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 14-yard line. Two receivers to the left. Ball in the near hash mark, and timeout is taken from the East Noble sideline. 4:56 to play in the third quarter. It's East Noble 21, Mishawaka 14. 3rd and 4 upcoming for the Knights right after this on WSBT.
Grace Daly, retired professional women's NBA player, will be speaking at the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Eau Claire this Saturday from 11 until noon. Grace was a first-round draft pick to the WNBA in 2000. She's now a school teacher in Ocala, Florida. Join the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Eau Claire, located off Naomi Road, this Saturday from 11 until noon as they feature Grace Daly as a guest speaker. This is a free family event.
From the Mishawaka 14-yard line coming up. The Knights lead the Cavemen 21-14, 4:56 to play in the third quarter. The East Noble defense stopped Mishawaka's offense on the first drive of the second half, and now they are on the move at the 14-yard line. Parker, the quarterback from the shotgun. Marcellus, the running back, standing to his left. Parker looks to throw over the middle. Now a short post is going to be broken up by Devin Jimenez. He was looking for Jones to his left.
Yeah, nice breakup. Tried to run the slant. Didn't quite lead him, but Jimenez did a nice job of making up space. He was beaten originally on the slant, but made up space and got that right arm out just in time.
A 32-yard field goal try coming up for Joe Painter from the right hash mark, and it's going to be blocked in the backfield. Who got through there? It looks like Davon Parker and Jimenez got in there to block that. Last week, Derek Dawson blocked a punt for Mishawaka, and this week, the Cavemen special team blocks a field goal, so both defenses end up stiffening, and a big field goal block for Mishawaka.
It's a huge block, but the guys that blocked it, the ball is laying on the ground, and they're celebrating
rather than
Boys,
picking it up.
Pick it up.
That's right.
Scoop and score.
Mishawaka takes over at its own 23-yard line, down by 7 points, and 4:45 to play in the third quarter. Justin Fisher, the quarterback. Donovan Snyder, the fullback. Snyder takes it, and he is wrapped up pretty quickly by one of the defensive linemen, Trey Ritchie.
1 yard gain on first down, and East Noble is committing people to the line of scrimmage. They're stemming at the last minute to confuse Fisher, and their linebackers are playing a lot more downhill than they did in the first half.
Donovan Snyder, Fisher fakes it to him and keeps it himself. He tried to go left and then spun back inside, made sure he wrapped up that ball. Picks up 3 yards, and it is going to be, well, they keep kind of moving that stick now.
Keep going. Don't stop now, boys.
It's going to be 3rd down and 6 Cavemen from their own 27. You remember that's, again, you go back to a couple years ago when Sam Shively was more inexperienced. A lot of that kind of movement on the defensive line confused him too.
Sure, and your reads are off of 3 techniques and 1 techniques, and now you got to make some changes.
Here right, Donovan Snyder drives forward. He's going to be close to first down yardage. I think he's got it. Let's see. Where are they going to spot it? He's up close to the 38-yard line. And they are going to bring out the chains for the measurement. And the officials at first looked like they weren't even going to measure when it was really close like that.
I'm going to call him a little bit short. I may be wrong here. Bad angle, dirty windows.
Fortunately, I have the binoculars. We'll see once they stretch out the chains.
I hope I'm wrong. Come on, boys. We can walk a little faster than this now.
So they stretch out the chains, and I think they've got it.
Yeah.
They do by the nose of the football.
Yeah.
First down brought to you by Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. Mishawaka converts the first down, and they'll have it at their own 33.
Yep. Hit by a stripe.
3:18 to play in the third quarter. East Noble on top, 21-14. That was the score at halftime. Each defense making a stop to start the second half. Snyder takes it, veer to the right, drives his way forward for good yardage before being brought down by Bailey Parker, the two-way player who's also the quarterback. A gain of 5 yards on first down to the 38.
Yeah, I want to run inside veer against one look. I want to run outside veer against another look. I want to run this to the one technique, and that's all the way you're coached. Now all of a sudden, the last second, those things change.
Snyder takes it and goes to the right again. He gets a couple of yards up to the 45. Actually picked up. Well, now they're going to spot him at
5 yards, first down.
At the 44, but it is a first down in either case from Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage. we've seen something a lot different this year. Last year it was pretty much the same personnel all the time. It was Shively and Harness. This year we actually got personnel changes as Snyder, again, they go veer right, and they've spotted something they like. They've done it 3 times. 7-yard line.
Well, and that's the nice thing with this offense. You don't have to panic. I'm going to run the fullback, I'm going to run the fullback, I'm going to run the fullback, and as we saw last year, all of a sudden, boom, the big gainer.
2nd and 7 from the 47. The quarterback follow. Fisher bounces it outside to the left. He crosses the 50 into East Noble territory up to the 48-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 2.
One of the things that is happening right now is Mishawaka's playing with the unbalanced line. So it's kind of hard to stem and change from a 1 technique, 3 technique against the unbalanced line. In other words, that center is now the guard.
Right. Motion by Burris. The handoff goes to Donovan Snyder. It looks like he picked up just a yard, and it's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah. Another big 4th down. Boy, there's been a few already in this game. This is a long yard.
East Noble came up with a stop the last time Mishawaka was around this spot. 4th and 1 from the East Noble 47 for the Cavemen. The handoff goes to Donovan Snyder, and he easily picks up the first down up to the 44-yard line, and the first down from Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage.
If you are going to play fullback for Mishawaka High School, you are expected to get a yard.
That's right.
There's no ands,
no
or buts
excuses
about
there.
it. Yeah.
16 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. See if Mishawaka tries to get a playoff. It doesn't look like they're going to. Down by a touchdown as the 2 teams play to a stalemate.
We stopped the clock all of a sudden at 10.4 seconds. I don't know why.
Nobody ever signaled a timeout, did they?
I don't think so.
Do we have something going on the field?
I'm sure there is.
No, we've got a Mishawaka player.
Came off, okay.
Jaden Seamack, one of the offensive linemen, ran off the field. 10.4 seconds to play in the 3rd, and
doesn't matter.
They wind the clock, and Mishawaka is just going to let it expire at the end of the 3rd quarter. So a scoreless 3rd quarter. After it was 21-14 at halftime, it is still 21-14 going into the 4th, and Mishawaka on the move at the 44-yard line of East Noble, with East Noble on top, 21-14. We'll take a timeout and then back with 4th quarter action. You're listening to Mishawaka Cavemen football on night.
And the Indianapolis Colts. This is 96.1 WSBT.
At the start of the 4th quarter, the first play goes to Donovan Snyder, who crosses the East Noble 35 to the 34-yard line, where it's a Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage first down.
Yeah, nice way to start the 4th quarter.
Bert, the first down, Mishawaka trailing 21-14. The veer to the left goes to Donovan Snyder. He takes defenders with him, The pile keeps moving forward. He is still moving forward as Donovan Snyder drives it all the way up to the 24-yard line.
I think he's got another first down. That'll be the 5th of this drive. It started at their own third line.
Donovan Snyder would not go down as he took that pile 10 yards. I think he got at least the last 6 of it with about 3 or 4 defenders surrounding him.
Yeah. I'm lucky enough, Sean, to be able to keep rushing yardage. Don't ask me to keep the yards after contact. But
1st and 10 as Donovan Snyder goes outside veer left once again. He picks up positive yards once again, this time just 2. But it's up to the 22-yard line. We're at 2nd and 8.
I don't think I've kept stats since I was a JV coach in Three Rivers, Michigan. All coming back to me. 2nd and 8.
10:48 to play in the 4th quarter. Neither team scored in the 3rd quarter.
Still unbalanced, this time to the boundary.
Keeper left to Fisher. Fisher breaking tackles and takes it inside the 10. It ends up being Brooks Miller, one of the cornerbacks, who makes the tackle, but it's going to be 1st and goal, Mishawaka.
13 yards.
Do they put him at the 10? Or can he get a first down? Let me see where they've got this. Yeah, it's just inside the 10-yard line. So it is 1st and goal with the back nose of the football touching the 10-yard line. So it's about 9.5 yards away from the end zone. 1st and goal. Veer to the left. Donovan Snyder again moves the pile forward inside the 5, down close to the 3-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down.
You know, when you've got to go almost 10 yards, the toughest place, it's nice to get 7 on 1st down.
The left side of Mishawaka's offensive line with that unbalanced line you've been talking about, getting a really good push here in the 2nd half. 2nd and goal from the 3. Snyder to the left. Touchdown, Mishawaka.
Donovan Snyder's 2nd touchdown of the night on a 3-yard run. Veer to the left. Great drive, 15 plays, 77 yards after the blocked field goal attempt.
You know how much time it took?
A lot. Now you want me to keep time.
Yeah, I know. It's, always want a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2 now as well. Down by a point. Andrew Mason is the fullback after the Snyder touchdown. Toss play to the right. Donovan Snyder dives for the goal line. Mishawaka takes its first lead of the night on the 2-pointer by Donovan Snyder.
Barely, but in. His 14th point of the night.
22-21, and that was something about Keith Kinder last year. We had a lot of different conversations. He said, I'm out here playing to win, and that's what that was all about, obviously, there.
He had a good mentor in Bart Curtis. Well, is he a gambler? Yeah, but he knows his guys. He knows his kids, and that's the difference. He's not taking foolish chances, and that's how they won. 11 games last year?
12 by the time it was all said and done.
How soon we forget.
That's right. So Snyder with a 3-yard touchdown run, and then follows it up on the toss play to the right with the 2-point conversion to make it 22-21 with 9:46 to play here on the 4th, and we've got a kickoff coming up as East Noble prepares to receive. The end-over-end kick is going to be fielded back at the 10-yard line, and a return right up the middle. Andrew Mason, one of the first men down there, it looked like, for the Cavemen, as the return was made by Nick Munson. And East Noble will have it 1st and 10 from its own 24-yard line, trailing for the first time tonight, 22-21, with 9:41 remaining in the 4th.
Yeah, and the worst field position for East Noble is the yard line. This is the longest they've had for any kind of score.
They had a dramatic come-from-behind win last week at Plymouth, winning 34-31. They were down by 10 points late in the game and ended up winning by 3. Parker from the shotgun, and the snap gets over his head. He gets back and picks it up, but he is swallowed up by the Mishawaka defense as he fell on his rear. Derek Dawson and T.J. Rux both got through there, and it's going to be a big loss for East Noble on a bad snap.
That's huge. That is a 10-yard loss on first down. Now, we have seen Parker overcome these.
That's right.
But I'd rather have this than that.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. The running back in the backfield. Parker takes a snap. Fade over there to the right, and a pass interference is going to be called on Mishawaka. They got tangled up. The receiver fell down, and they're going to say Davon Parker held on to him.
Yeah, I would like to replay of this.
They're going to wave it off? They're going to wave it off.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Yes, there was contact, but I'm not sure who initiated it.
There's still a lot of conversation going on. The flag is on the field, but the East Noble offense has moved back to where the line of scrimmage was at the 14-yard line.
So it is pass interference on the offense, but Mishawaka play. So it's just an incomplete pass. Well, they would only get half the distance from the 16. It would be an 8-yard penalty. I want to take the ball out of this kid's hands. That's what I want to do. So I think it's a good call.
3rd and 20 from the 14 for East Noble. The snap to Parker. Now a deep fade to the near side, and Ahrensberger is over there to make the catch on the sideline and then forced out of bounds. Another big back-breaking 3rd and long conversion for East Noble.
34 yards on the play. And the sad part about it was we had a defender there. He turned, but he turned into the ball and lost the receiver as the receiver faded away.
Now East Noble 1st and 10 from its own 38-yard line. Handoff goes up the middle to Marcellus, and he is blown up this time as J.T. Thomas, the Adams transfer, gets through there to make the stop and drop him for a loss of 2.
Should East Noble come back to tie it up or eventually win, it has to be the big 3rd and long that they've been able to complete.
2nd down and a pass completion to the tight end over the middle. Connor Addison was right there with him to make the stop. It picks up. Let's see where they spot it. It looks like it picks up close to 9 yards. Or maybe it actually picked up 11. Well, no, they're going to say 12.
Yep.
As finally they spot it and give him the 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Parker from the shotgun. Hands it off Marcellus. Tries the left. Derek Dawson trips him up after a negligible gain. 8:10 to play in the 4th quarter. Mishawaka leads 22-21.
We've been doing a great job on 1st down. We gotta play a little bit of 3rd down here.
2nd down, a rollout to the right by Parker. Throws it over there. It is caught by Jones, and then he is forced out of bounds by Jimenez. It'll be a 1st.
Side receiver runs straight down the field, and what that does, Sean, is it keeps that strong safety honest. He can't break to the flat, and that means there is no underneath coverage for that wide receiver, and it's just been pitch and catch all night long.
1st and 10, East Noble from the Mishawaka 41. Parker from the shotgun takes the snap. He will keep it and run to his left. Some running room for him as he crosses the 40. A stiff arm as he runs out of bounds as Jimenez forces him out.
Pickup of 4. And as you say, run out of bounds nicely by Jimenez. Fought through the
flag back in the middle of the field now.
Well, from where that is, it's probably a hold.
I think what's even worse about those third and long conversions that East Noble has, they haven't been fancy plays. They've just been deep fades towards the sideline.
Yeah. This has been offsetting personal fouls right here, so the official is going to go over and tell the coaches who the offenders were.
Well, things have kind of got a little bit skippier on this drive.
Well,
you've kind of seen both teams with some jawing back and forth down there.
3rd and 34s will do that.
That's right. Second and 7 from the Mishawaka 38. Shotgun Parker running back.
Cover 0. Here comes the blitz.
Dawson showed blitz and then dropped back.
Man with a free here. Cover 1.
Thomas was showing as well. Now they both back off. Parker will throw the deep fade to the right, looking for Jones. He makes the catch with a defender with him again. Jimenez was there. Jones makes the catch. It'll move it down to the 15 of the Cavemen.
27 yards, and folks, this is just good throwing and good catching. The defender is right there. Jimenez is one of our better defenders. Those balls are just perfectly thrown. The receiver runs shoulder to shoulder, and at the last minute gets separation. That's why they call it the fade. It fades away from it.
They put it at the 14, roll out to the left by Parker. Under some pressure, throws, and it was caught out of bounds. Incomplete. The clock will stop with 7:03 to play in the fourth, and Mishawaka leading by 1 point, 22-21. It'll be 2nd and 10 for East Noble. They get back to the line of scrimmage. Ball on the right hash mark. 2nd and 10 from the 14. Marcellus, the running back, to the left of the quarterback. Parker takes it and goes to his left. He will be stopped after a pickup of a couple of yards as Nick Davis and Derek Dawson get over there to make the stop.
Yeah, nice play because that only picked up about 3 yards, and on the snap of the ball, it looked like it could have been a lot more.
They spot him at the 11-yard line where it's 3rd down and 7. Parker again from the shotgun. Fade to his left to the end zone. Broken up, Davon Parker at the last second. Ernsberger had his hands on it. He got a touchdown in the first half, and Davon Parker breaks it up, or it would have been another one.
Well, Ernsberger's calling for the pass interference, but if
that was on his hands first.
If it was called, it would have been on Ernsberger, who had a hand on our shoulder the whole way.
4th down and 7 from the Mishawaka 11.
Here they come.
East Noble to go for it. Mishawaka was showing a blitz again as Thomas lined up on the right. Shotgun on the snap and the fade to the right side. Touchdown caught by Hayden Jones. On 4th down and 7, an 11-yard touchdown strike. East Noble goes back on top 27-22.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating. You put people in the position and then just the throw and the catch, and the defender turned, saw the ball in the air, but it was just slightly behind. So where our defender keeps running, the receiver stops and the ball's right there.
An 11-yard touchdown pass. It's 27-22, a 5-point lead.
They'll go for 2
for East Noble, and they are going to go for 2.
Big play right here.
They'll line up in the pistol with the ball on the left hash mark. Thomas chasing him out. Throw to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone.
Big play. That is a huge play.
Devin Jimenez with the interception on the 2-point try. So it's just a 5-point East Noble lead with 6:25 to play in the fourth quarter. We'll take a timeout and then back with kickoff on WSBT.
For many children in our community, school meals may be the only meals they eat during the week. What happens over the weekend? I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. Our Food for Kids backpack program provides children in need with a sack of food for weekends and holiday breaks during the school year. Your $140 investment fills a backpack with hope for children who need it most. Find out more at feedindiana.org.
6:25 to play in the fourth quarter. The lead has changed hands here 2 different times in the fourth after a stalemate in the third quarter. East Noble now leading 27-22 after the touchdown pass from Bailey Parker to Hayden, Jones. Deep end over end kick. Back to Milan Burris at the 5-yard line. Burris on the seam. Burris across the 25 up to the 27-yard line.
22-yard return for Burris. And the Cavemen will start at the 27-yard line. 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Plenty of time.
The offense will come on the field. Let's see who it's going to be. It'll be Donovan Snyder at fullback, Justin Fisher at quarterback, Ethan Fowler the right halfback, and Burris the left halfback, and they line up with the unbalanced line to the left. The handoff goes here to the left to Snyder, up to the 32. Pick up a 5 on first down.
The 27th carry of the night for Snyder.
And he did not start the game at fullback, just like last week when he ran for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. Under 6 to play in the fourth. Mishawaka down by 5. 2nd and 5. Veer to the left again. A pickup of 1.5 yards by Donovan Snyder, and it's 3rd down. They spotted at the 34-yard line. 3rd and 3 for Mishawaka. They keep that unbalanced line to the left side. That's where they have been running Snyder most of the second half. Motion Fowler, and Fisher wanted to hand it off to Snyder and then pulled it out at the last second. He crosses the 35, and it's going to be 4th down, and now a late flag comes down.
Yeah, this can't be good when the flag comes out this late and those flags are thrown that high. This has got to be some sort of personal foul.
That is a killer, a personal foul on Mishawaka. After a pickup of 1 yard, was going to make it 4th and 2. A personal foul on the Cavemen. And it's a dead ball foul as well. So something happened in there late after the play.
It was probably hanging on late, blocking, past the whistle, pushing and shoving. It was probably going both ways, but you're going to get called for it.
With 5:09 remaining, it is 4th and 20 for the Cavemen, or 4th and 17 from their own 20.
No punter on the field.
I'm not sure. Justin Fisher and the offense on the field with the clock winding, and I guess they're just going to let it run down as far as they can before they call a timeout.
And I don't know why. I don't know why you wouldn't take the timeout right away, why you would let it run down when you're trailing.
Yeah. 4:46 remaining. Mishawaka down by 5. It's 4th and 17 at their own 20. We assume they will punt after this timeout. We'll take one right now on WSBT.
Hi, I'm Brock Zolman. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care has been family-owned for 40 years. What does this mean to you? It means that we're dedicated to our community and serving you like family. Zolman's Best One would also like to say thank you for voting us favorite auto repair for 16 consecutive years and favorite tire store for 3 years in a row. We also offer a wide selection of Bridgestone tires. Bridgestone tires is Zolman's Best One. Let our family serve your family. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care. Trusted community service for 40 years.
Down by 5 with 4:46 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 4th and 17 in its own 20. Mishawaka sends the offense on the field. And Keith Kinder saying something.
Well, I'm sure Keith is trying to get an explanation of why that was a personal foul one way and not the other.
Justin Fisher is the quarterback. Andrew Mason is the fullback. Ethan Fowler is the right halfback. Donovan Snyder, the left halfback. He goes in motion. Fisher back to throw. He will toss it to Snyder, and Snyder is only going to get 3 yards before he is tackled. East Noble is going to take over with excellent field position and 4:38 remaining.
Well, it's the first completion of the night for Fisher and the first reception for Snyder, but as you said, it's too little, too late.
He only picked up 3 yards. It's at the 23-yard line. That's where East Noble will take over. Now the Knights will send their offense onto the field. 1st and 10 at the Cavemen 23, 4:38 remaining. East Noble leads 27-22. Parker takes the snap, the handoff to Marcellus, who will be dropped for a loss at the 25-yard line.
Well, right now, East Noble is content in running the clock and running the football. However, there's still a long way to go.
The play clock is at 16. As Parker looks behind him at the play clock, there's one in front of him as well.
I saw that too.
He keeps it himself after faking the handoff, runs it up the middle, takes it to the 16-yard line where it'll be 3rd and short. Mishawaka's going to use a timeout.
Yeah, pickup of about 8 yards. He's good. Sean,
yeah.
He's real good.
They're going to spot him down at the 17 where it'll be 3rd and 4 with 3:49 remaining.
He's one of these kids you just can't get a clean shot on him. I mean, he hasn't been hit hard all night.
Yep. Take a quick timeout on WSBT.
We can't pick. Hi, this is Doug Leckleitner. In 30 seconds, I'd like to give you 40 reasons why Leckleitner Door is the industry leader when it comes to garage door service and installation. But I can't talk that fast. What I can say is thank you to the thousands of customers who have trusted Leckleitner Door for their garage door repair and replacement needs for 40 years. For service on residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural doors, give us a call at 295-6311. At Leckleitner Door, we open all the right doors.
3rd and 4 for East Noble and Mishawaka 17-yard line. 3:52 to play in the fourth quarter. East Noble leads Mishawaka 27-22. It was 21-14 East Noble at halftime. Parker from the shotgun runs to his left, has a couple of blockers in front of him, and he'll take it all the way down to the 11-yard line where it's an East Noble first down. They'll actually put him at the 12, but in any case, the clock winds.
5-yard pickup.
Now the clock running. Parker from the shotgun started his count. Play clock all the way down to 2, and Parker is going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss of 3.
Well, for Luke Amstutz, this is tough because I've got the lead. I want to run the clock, but I sure don't want to give the ball back to him without coming out of here with points either. So I understand the conservative nature, and now the officials are talking to everybody, so it's getting a little chippy. But I think what's happening is Amstutz is trying to run as much time off the clock, but he doesn't want to wind up in another, 3rd, 4th down and 15 situation.
Yeah. They did. Mishawaka took a timeout. Was that their final timeout?
Yes.
Yep. The last timeout.
Still 3 minutes to go on the clock. So,
yeah, I mean, if they could come up with another stop, you've got a chance.
Yeah.
But now the fact that they can't stop the clock, it's 2nd and 13.
They also can't stop the fade right now.
Yeah,
so
that's true too.
Be careful.
Second and 13 from the 15. Parker from the shotgun. The running back, Marcellus, to his left. Shovel pass inside. It is caught and taken up to the 14-yard line. Donovan Snyder and Derek Dawson combine on the stop.
Only a pickup of 1. What it is, it's a forward pass. If the ball is dropped, it's an incomplete pass, so it's safe. This way, the clock keeps running.
It's 3rd and 12 from the 14. The clock at 2:38. 15 on the play clock.
Ernsberger down here on man coverage.
Davon Parker is up on top of him, and they will let it wind all the way down before taking a timeout. 2:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 12 for East Noble from the Mishawaka 14, with East Noble on top, 27-22 after this timeout on WSBT.
Golick and Wingo.
Coming up Monday, the boys of fall are back in action, and college football and the NFL regular season kicks off this week. Let it wash over you, people. We go full football plus who won the weekend.
Golick and Wingo, weekday morning on 96.1 WSBT, the home of Notre Dame football, Notre Dame basketball, the South Bend Cubs, and the Indianapolis Colts. This is 96.1 WSBT.
2:24 sitting in the fourth quarter. East Noble 3rd and 12 from the Mishawaka 14, leading 27-22. And this is kind of it's been a weird last few minutes, and a kind of a decision coming up here for East Noble.
East Noble's in a situation where if they throw the ball, let's say it gets intercepted, they come out with nothing. If they run the ball, they could run off another 40 seconds, but you've already missed a couple of field goals and had 1 block. So you need to come out with some points. Let's see what they do.
Parker from the shotgun, the running back to his left. He will follow the running back to that side, and he will be tackled as Derek Dawson gets down around the ankles to cut him off. What does he pick up? A yard, it looks like, and it's going to be 4th down and 11, but they can let the clock run for another 30 seconds before running a play. Will they run a play, or will they? It doesn't look like they're going to run the field goal unit on the
field goal. Puts you up 8, but they've already missed 2, so it looks like they're going for it. I'm looking at a fade down here to Ernsberger.
2 receivers out to the right. Ernsberger down to the left with Davon Parker across from him. 5 on the play clock. Parker awaits the snap. They will throw the fade to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Ernsberger. They convert another 4th down. Touchdown, East Noble. They go up by 11.
Yeah, it's just a mismatch. If you sit up in in the press box where we're at, and you look at Ernstberger and his talents, and then the size of the Mishawaka corners, it's just, we called it from up here. Yeah.
Now there's going to be a personal foul on sportsmanlike conduct on East Noble afterwards.
So the touchdown will be good.
What was that, 11 yards or 12 yards?
11. Doesn't really matter whether where the ball, the penalty will be enforced on the kickoff, but it's an 11-point differential with the point after to come.
So that is the second consecutive touchdown pass on 4th down, by the way, for Parker. The last one came to Jones with 6:25 remaining. The kicker Painter on to try the extra point to make it a 12-point game. Snap was skipped to the holder. It is through to make it 34, and I still can't get used to that.
No.
22.
No.
Take a timeout, back with kickoff on WSBT.
And Matt Embry in the U.S. Signcrafter Studios with a few quick scoreboard updates for you. Games that have now gone final. West Noble, a winner over Wawasee, 21-6. Mishawaka Marion, a big winner tonight over John Glenn, 49-7. And also currently in progress, it is Penn with a second-half lead, 21-6 on the Port. And also Northwood falls tonight to Bishop Chatard by a count of 48-21. East Noble in control with just time running out here in the fourth quarter. We'll have a full update on our U.S. Signcrafters postgame show after the game, but now let's send it back to Fort Wayne. Here are John Stiers and Scott Bovenkirk.
Not quite to Fort Wayne, Kendallville to be exact. Mishawaka down by 12 with 1:35 remaining.
We could probably meet Darren afterwards.
We almost could. The bus could pick us up on the way back. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
So kicking off from the 25, Mishawaka should get good field position, but down 12 with 1:35 to go.
End over end kick bounces up to 31 and keeps on rolling, and it barely gets out of bounds. Jarvis Delk was standing there watching it. That was a dangerous watch.
Thought it was a good idea. Yeah. You have the option here of taking the ball or having him re-kick. You could have him kick from the 20.
It wouldn't be a bad idea, really. But they're going to take the ball. Let's see what Mishawaka does. Down by 12 points in 1:35 remaining.
Ball can't be at the 35.
That's where they're standing.
The ball would be at the 35 if they kicked from the 40 and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, that's true, because they kicked off back at the 20.
Off back. They can't do this. Make them kick again if this is your choice.
Well, they put it at the 35. Mason is the fullback, Fisher the quarterback. Two receivers right for the Cavemen. Mason takes the handoff. He barrels across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
And did run hard.
He did.
Yep.
Give him that.
First carry of the second half.
Clock running, and Mishawaka not in a big hurry. Motion by Fowler. Again, Mason takes the handoff and drives up to the 41 for a Kevin Putz, the First Midwest Mortgage first down.
Back-to-back 6-yarders. for Mason.
You know, and I don't know if we mentioned, but Bailey Parker, again, he's a two-way guy, and from what I understand, he's being recruited as a safety, as a, like, MAC level, MAC conference level interest as a safety. He's had a great night playing quarterback with 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown run as well. And there's a complete pass from Justin Fisher. Who caught that?
82.
That would be Mr. Caleb Wilson.
For 17.
17-yard gain up to the 37. 41 seconds remaining. Mishawaka down 12. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Mason the fullback. Fisher going to roll out to his left. Looks downfield. It was not by Jervis Delk, and a flag comes down behind the play. The Fisher was all the way on the other side of the field. What's this going to be?
Could be a rough.
It is roughing the passer on East Noble. Jervis Delk with the reception. Then they called a personal foul. They haven't moved the ball. What would be a personal foul because they've got the ball at the 28-yard line. They haven't moved the chain.
This should not be a conversation. Pick the ball up, move it 15 yards.
Now they're going to mark it off. It'll be Kevin Putz, the First Midwest Mortgage first down. 1st and 10 Mishawaka. They're all the way up to the East Noble 14-yard line now. Fisher on the roll out to the right. Looks to the end zone, fires it a little bit high and off the fingertips of Donovan Snyder. The incompletion stops the clock with 26.3 seconds left.
Had completed 3 in a row.
(34-22) East Noble. Now there's 26.3 seconds remaining. Second down and 10 as they spot the ball at the 14. 2 receivers out to the right. Fisher will roll to the left, looking for Delk. Fires it underneath. It's broken up. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10 with 21.8 seconds left.
East Noble playing very, very loose in coverage. And whatever way Fisher rolls, that inside linebacker is responsible for contain. And he just comes full speed ahead.
Now 3rd and 10 from the 14 for the Cavemen. Straight back drop, and a quick one by Fisher. Spins it out, complete to Delk down near the 5. Let's see where they spot him. It looks like it's going to be at the 4. It is, and a Kevin Putz, a First Midwest Mortgage first down with 17 seconds remaining. Delk with a couple of late catches, and everybody getting in on the act. This is almost as many attempts as Shively had all of last year at this point.
Yeah.
1st and goal at the 4, and what do we have? A timeout by East Noble.
Justin Fisher's going to go back and watch films tomorrow, and then he's going to pull Coach Kinder aside and say, "We got to open up this passing."
That's right. We can throw the ball a little bit. 13.8 seconds left. Let's take a timeout on WSBT.
Now at Menards. Save big money in your next project with 11% off everything. Update your floors with Tarcat. Quick vinyl plank flooring is durable, waterproof, and easy to install. Ingenuity luxury vinyl plank flooring comes in 2 styles. Just $150 a square foot after sale price and 11% off. Finish all of your projects with 11% off everything. Right now at Menards. Good through September 2nd. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
seconds left. First and goal, Mishawaka from the 4-yard line, down 34-32. Delka's out wide to the left. Wilson out wide to the right. Snyder in the slot to that side. We are still waiting.
Better readjust the clock.
Fisher will hand it off to Mason, who drives across the goal line for a touchdown. With 12.1 seconds left, Andrew Mason with a 4-yard touchdown run. To make it 34-28.
Sending the kicker on. We are way short, folks.
Connor George to attempt the extra point. Still waiting for the snap. Connor Addison waiting for it. There it is. The placement down, and the kick is good. That makes it 34-29 with 12.1 seconds left. We'll take a timeout. Back with kickoff on WSBT.
Golick and Wingo.
Coming up Monday, the boys of fall are back in action in college football, and the NFL regular season kicks off this week. Let it wash over you people. We go full football plus who won the weekend.
Golick and Wingo, weekday mornings on 96.1 WSBT, the home of Notre Dame football, Notre Dame basketball, the South Bend Cubs, and the Indianapolis Colts. This is 96.1 WSBT.
12.1 seconds left. Mishawaka down 34-29, and we anticipate an onside kick.
Yeah, this is the last thing East Noble wanted to happen. I mean, they played way too loose, gave up way too many yards too fast, and Mishawaka's an onside kick and a Hail Mary away from winning the game. And now East Noble has their hands team up, and
here comes the bouncing kick. Will squib out of bounds on the near sideline, and that will do it for the Cavemen.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly how they drew it up. But
no.
Yeah.
I mean, they executed one last week, a nice pooch kick that Davon Parker recovered.
Yep.
Waiting for the final 12.1 seconds to tick off the clock. One play, and East Noble will take a knee. The changeovers have taken kind of a long time tonight.
Yeah.
Not just right now, but all night. It's been kind of weird.
I feel good that we have the 40-second clock now, because
right.
I feel like this crew, although they did a pretty good job, they took their time spotting balls. So
yeah. So that'll do it. East Noble takes the knee, and the final seconds will tick off. 34-29. And hopefully that's the final cannon shot we hear of the night.
Don't need to hear that.
That's right. 34-29. We'll take a timeout, and then we will be back with the post-game show, including the statistics brought to you by RBI's Unlimited. We will have the Rossini's Pizza carry of the game, and the Jace Crunchers crunching tackle of the game, as well as the stats, and then Matt Embry will have the U.S. Sign Crafters scoreboard show as well. Back after this on WSBT.
We can't pick everything in life, right? Parents, where we grow up, or things like the weather. But leadership? That's a choice. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka schools, and we see tomorrow's leaders in every neighborhood, every town around. We're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning award-winning arts, sciences, a focus on safety, small class size, and preparing students for the global economy. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. That's the Mishawaka way. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick a culture of excellence. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
This is the Mishawaka Cavemen Postgame Show on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
34-29, East Noble defeats Mishawaka to hand the Cavemen their first loss of the season. Remember, it was week 2 last year. Mishawaka lost its first game before rattling off 10 consecutive wins en route to a 5A or a 4A semi-state appearance. That was at Chicago Marist when we had all that rain.
This game went a lot faster than that.
Yeah, you got that right.
We're going to get home a lot earlier.
That didn't take much. As we begin our post-game show, East Noble jumped out to a 14-0 lead before Mishawaka got on the scoreboard with a 3-yard touchdown run by Justin Fisher. And then after the defense held, Donovan Snyder answered with another. It was 14, but then East Noble scored with 1:12 to play first half. They needed just 21 seconds to get to the end zone to take a 21-14 lead. They went stalemate in the third quarter before each team scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Our Rossini's Pizza carry of the game goes to Donovan Snyder, who scored 2 touchdowns and also a 2-point conversion tonight. 14, the veer to the left, goes to Donovan Snyder. He takes defenders with him. The pile keeps moving forward. He is still moving forward as Donovan Snyder drives it all the way up to the 24-yard line. That was a 10-yard run, I believe, and Donovan Snyder had about 5 men on his back on that particular carry. And Rossini's Pizza is carry out you're proud to bring home, Lincoln Way East in Mishawaka, across from Beeger School. And now we go to our Jays Crunchers crunching tackle of the game. Derek Dawson does the honors with this one. 3rd down and 10, a reverse coming to the near side. Hayden Jones with a blocker in front of him. Derek Dawson not having any of it. Derek Dawson stops him up at the 16-yard line. Your Jays Crunchers crunching tackle of the game, powered by Crunchers Potato Chips. Add some real crunch to your tailgate party. Pick up a bag of Jays Crunchers. Want to be sure and give a shout out to Kyle's Auto Repair, our newest sponsor. Brian Miller, I believe, told me that they were just added to our list today. So thanks to Kyle's Auto Repair for climbing aboard, our newest sponsor of Mishawaka Cavemen football. Coach Bovenkirk is putting the final touches on our statistics, so we will take a quick timeout, and then once we have those, we will bring you the RBIs Unlimited post-game statistics, and don't forget the U.S. Sign Crafters scoreboard show still to come as well. 34-29, East Noble over Mishawaka, a 96-1 WSBT, the sports leader.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
Now the WSBT forecast from the Legacy Heating and Air Weather Center.
The forecast for tonight, mostly clear with temperatures falling into the 50s. For your day on Saturday, mix of sun and clouds, high temperatures in the 70s. Shower chances increase as we head towards Saturday night and into Sunday. Temperatures on Saturday night in the 60s. For Sunday, back into the 70s with, again, a few chances for rain. Labor Day looks good, mix of sun and clouds, highs in the 80s. If you're heading down to Louisville for the football game, middle to upper 80s down there. I'm Matt Rudkin, the WSBT Forecast Center.
Final touches on this Mishawaka defeat at the hands of East Noble, 34-29. to 29. Your post-game statistics powered by RBI's Unlimited. Help your child's stats improve next season. Baseball, softball, hitting lessons, and workouts at RBI's Unlimited, West 6th Street in Mishawaka. Donovan Snyder led Mishawaka, 29 carries, 106 yards, 2 touchdown runs. Justin Fisher, 19 carries, 76 yards and a touchdown. He was also 4 of 9 for 31 yards passing. Andrew Mason, 7 carries, 29 yards and a touchdown. Donovan Snyder also led Mishawaka with 7 tackles. Devin Jimenez with 4 and a pass breakup and an interception as well. Connor Addison with 4 tackles, and Derek Dawson also with 4 tackles for Mishawaka tonight. So those are your post-game stats powered by RBI's Unlimited. And again, Mishawaka falls 34 to 29. They will be home next week. 7:30 kickoff against Gary West. Scott Bovenkirk, final thoughts before we wrap things up tonight.
Bailey Parker, good.
Yeah, that's
Gage Ernstberger.
about
good.
it, right?
Good. Yeah, a very good offense. Coach Kinder said that going in, that they had a very, very good offense, and that's what it did. When they needed the offense, they got it. I think we're done.
I think we are.
Gulfstream Coach. They're looking for experienced people for the electrical department and anyone else with RV experience. Candidates are interviewed on-site immediately from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Gulfstream Coach is a family-owned business offering steady production schedules at higher than industry pay rates, as well as amazing health insurance, attendance bonuses, and paid vacation time. Come see them at 717 South Oakland Avenue in Napanee or visit GulfstreamCoach.com. You could just be what they're looking for.